so scared. It's the beginning of the end. People freak out when I walk out there. So scared. I feel like this should be a Carl's Jr. commercial. Like Hardee's. If it doesn't make you horny, you shouldn't eat it. They made a killing with those commercials back in the day.
The Jessica Simpson one?
Yeah, like if it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
Right.
You can eat it naked. That was a great commercial. Hardee's.
That sandwich that she had in the commercial is bigger than anything they sell.
Hardee's for a stronger boner. Now with Viagra. Like they put a little Viagra in your burger.
Hardee's.
Give me the Hardee's boost. I'll take the Hardee's hard-on boost, please.
Hardee's and Blue.
Extra hard on boost, please.
Would you like a boost with that? Your wife's like, not tonight, Daryl.
Keep eating Hardee's.
The last time you spent 2 hours in the bathroom.
I couldn't walk straight for a week.
I know you weren't showering. Welcome to Inside BJJ.
Live.
We back. Let's go. We banging. We got Jesse Taylor going to join the program.
Hell yeah.
In just a few minutes. For real, we think. We'll see. I really love Jesse Taylor, so, anytime that guy wants to come on, he's going to come on. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors with your favorite podcast.
Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in Salt Electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
Hey, welcome back Inside BJJ. Use the discount code Inside BJJ 15. Save yourself 15% at the checkout. So guys, back together. It's good to see you.
You
Back
too.
again.
Yesterday, Andrew and I did the Mindworm podcast episode
one.
Episode 1. Tell the people where they can find that, Andrew.
That is at youtube.com/Mindworm Network, or just I have the little ticker under my name in here tonight at Mindworm on Instagram, and the link is in the bio. And we'll be uploading that either maybe tonight or tomorrow.
What's your take on episode 1? If you give us like a 1-minute summary.
I loved it. So I was able to sit down with you, and you and I have
Yes,
become
bring it. More praise. I
sit
like
down
it.
with you, and instead of a show format kind of style like we do with here, and with what you've built with this, it was more like I guess like Rogan or Lex Friedman, where we just sit down and have a conversation as friends. And a lot of the stuff that I found super interesting about your upbringing and especially your transition from California to Tennessee during COVID, and many things about you that I've found interesting over us getting to know each other, I was able to ask you about and have it recorded. So if you like Tim Freeman, then it's a lot of Tim Freeman heavy stuff.
If you don't like Tim Freeman.
I was about to say, I think I'll just skip the episode.
Yeah, everyone's like, ooh. Episode 1 has like 3 downloads.
Yeah. I only have 33 subscribers, so it's all good.
I know, Becky. Make sure you like and subscribe. I know some people hate that. Jonathan hates that. If you say like and subscribe, he's like, fuck you.
I do too.
Yeah.
He said he votes
Yeah,
you down.
he votes you
He and I
down.
both bitch about it all the time. If somebody says that, we just stop
Bro,
watching them.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
What are they supposed to say? Don't do what I want. Like, you
So
help them by
my-
liking and subscribing. If
my-
you like the
for
show,
sure.
help me.
But I'm an adult. I know where the buttons are.
Oh, brother.
I have if I
Here we
like you,
go.
I have no problem subscribing to it. You don't need to fucking remind me.
Some people,
And I'm not going to remind you at mine.
listen, some people watch videos, but they don't understand how the whole game works. And they don't know that liking and subscribing helps the producer, the content creator.
To be fair and granted, a lot of people don't realize that that's how that interaction actually propels the algorithm. But again, if you like it, you know what to do.
How about, what if they could do this? If you already subscribed and liked it, when that guy would talk, it would just be like,
I would love that. I'm sure John would too.
It would be like a custom greeting. Andrew, thank you for liking and subscribing.
No. Thank you for your continued support. Whatever.
What if
So
it insulted you?
I don't even say it.
Andrew, wearing the same shirt again?
I would definitely. I would watch it. I was actually thinking about that tonight. I don't know if I only have like 5 T-shirts. So
3 weeks in a row.
Wow. Bummer, buddy.
I know I wore a different one on the episode we did yesterday, so we're good.
If you guys really like this show, get a subscription to the Inside BJJ Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Inside BJJ. We have backstage content, technique videos. I just uploaded some cool shit, man. I put the crab roll Ashi entry on there.
Fuck yeah.
When you have the crab, when you take the Kiss of the Dragon from Reverse De La Hiva and you get
Love it.
behind them, crab roll them down, and then hit that Ashi roll.
Yeah.
But
I put that out there this week. That's a good one. Haven't seen it very much. I've seen it a couple times in Sambo, but I haven't seen it very much in Jiu-Jitsu ever, besides yours truly.
I've only ever hit it once, but I loved it.
Oh, shut up.
It was super sloppy. By the way, I am in the Instagram chat. We're live on Instagram and live on YouTube. So
Yay.
you want to chit chat, ask questions, and we're taking care of that. John says, "Congrats on the content. Thank you."
For explaining my bugaboo and asking for scripts.
Yeah, he's
Love you,
funny.
John.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah, so make sure you do that. It's patreon.com/InsideBJJ. And we try to, I don't think we did last week, but this week we had about a 25-minute discussion beforehand that's going on the backstage subscription there on the Patreon, and you could listen to that. We talked a little bit about prison. So if you're into prison,
Prison and Diddy specifically.
want to hear our takes on prison, there you go.
Yeah, get the pre-show. Last week we recorded one, but then realized we were all eating during it, so that was probably, we
Yeah.
weren't eating during this one, and
Yeah,
shan't be going forward.
We decided that we won't be eating anymore during the...
We're gonna fast.
I need to cut back on that anyway.
I'm just
so.
like crunching on chips. My
Yeah.
wife's like, "Are you seriously eating the whole time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was hungry." It's like, dude,
Don't do that.
you're an idiot. What are you doing? Big news. Top of the show. PGF Season 7 coaches have been announced,
Hey.
and we got a couple familiar names from Season 6.
Cool.
Guys that I think, not that the other coaches didn't do great, they did, but these guys I think really enjoyed it and
Yeah.
want to do it again. And that is the Jiu-Jitsu GOAT, Hodger Gracie,
Nice.
and Nogi legend, leg lock extraordinaire, Dean Lister.
Fuck yes.
Hell yeah.
So those two guys are back. And then 2 new coaches pulling from the famed Machado family, Carlos Machado, who is actually freaking cool. You don't hear, I feel like you hear mostly about Hegan and Jean-Jacques.
Yeah.
Jean-Jacques is a fucking stud. And I would say his name comes out a lot because of Eddie Bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that he doesn't deserve it. He totally deserves it. But Eddie's like caused such a huge impact on jiu-jitsu in the Nogi world that it's often talked about when they talk about his lineage, and he's always throwing praise to Jean-Jacques.
Do all the Machados have that like open mind mentality like Jean-Jacques did with Eddie, or are they kind of?
I think, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
I think the Machados were like related to the Gracies,
Yeah,
grew
they're like
up in the
cousins,
same
right?
house, kind of were at all the same stuff. They're in most of the pictures. You could see everything. Their dad was all hooked into it. But for whatever reason, I think when they came out here and tried to set up shop, it didn't go super smooth with them and their cousins. And actually, Chuck Norris is the one that came in and helped them get set up. He owned a
Oh,
bunch
really?
of property. He owned a strip mall, and he's like, "I got a space for you guys. You're going to have your school right here." Set him up.
That's sick.
Chuck Norris was training jiu-jitsu a long time
That's what
ago.
I heard. Daniel had told me that
Yeah,
in morning
dude.
class.
He stumbled across it on a trip to Brazil. Somebody said, like, you got to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And he stumbled across it. There's some pictures of it. There's a famous seminar where he brought a bunch of them out and did a bunch of stuff. Yeah, Chuck Norris is a legit martial artist.
yeah.
But anyway, Carlos Machado is one of the coaches, which is going to be great. He was on Inside BJJ, I want to say like episode 30 something.
Wow.
Like way, way, way back we
Deep
had him
cut.
on. Yeah, it's a deep cut, which I think you can get if you go to Spotify. You can listen to those.
Sweet.
Or InsideBJJ.com. You should be able to check them. The other coach is another coach who is a legend, and he's got a huge presence, especially like in Utah in the mountain time zones, I would say, and that's Pedro Sauer.
Oh.
So Pedro Sauer has been brought in to be a coach. Super, super high level jiu-jitsu. Got tons. Pedro Sauer's got thousands of students now, probably. Like they're
Wow.
everywhere. So that'll be interesting to see how he handles it. To see, he's kind of like a classic guy. To see what his approach is to the game. I think it will be a cool thing to see. I'm pretty stoked about it.
I like that they kept 2 coaches that they've had before and then brought in 2 new ones just to like freshen up the waters a little bit. But you're also giving the people something that they already like. you
Yeah.
know, so
And I think as the seasons develop and people start getting more invested in it, and they come to it with a better understanding of what it is. Because when you first jump into PGF, if you've never done it, you just turned it on. Somebody said watch it, and you turned it on. It takes a minute to kind of suss out
yeah.
what the heck is going on.
Mm.
You know, you figure out real quick that there's teams,
Yeah.
but you don't have all the scoring down, and you really don't understand that all these teams are going to fight each other every day for 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guys that earn the most points are also going to do an individual tournament, those top 8. And they talk about it, but it's not like immediate. Pop, pop, pop. Those are the big points. Like, those are things that make you fall in love with it. You're
Yeah.
like, what? That's cool, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how these guys approach it. And I think more people were exposed to season 6. So coming into season 7,
sure.
more people are going to come into it with a mental clarity of this is what's happening. And now
Yeah.
they could really enjoy the action and not have to use up some of their mental processing to go, how does this game work?
Right.
Like, what's going on? Why is that worth 3 and that worth 6?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that'll only get better and better.
Better in time.
Yeah.
And they're doing a lot of things on the production side to help with that in terms of like graphics and making sure, because every sport needs statistics and it needs core graphics that
Mm-hmm.
when you turn on a baseball game in 5 seconds, you
It's-
know where you're at in the
Exactly.
game.
Yeah.
You know the whole
And
thing.
it's seamless.
It's seamless, and that's what that dashboard. That's what
Yeah.
they're sussing out. And
And
when they find that, it's gonna be
It's gonna be big.
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the graphics packages that I'm sure they're working on already are probably like monumental compared to the little bit that I've done. I found out that shit is hard to do.
Yeah, lower thirds are not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
it's tricky. So,
Do you know like what kind of stats they might have, like submissions and
you want to know
Wins.
like kill rate,
right?
like how many kills, how many chokes does this guy get?
yeah.
Average points per day, like on average, how many does this guy score? How many get scored against him?
Mm-hmm.
How many draws does this guy draw out to?
Mhm.
There's strategic things like that you're looking at. Because and then the other thing that's really important, but it's only important in hindsight, and you could use it going into the next season, is points per dollar. So what I mean is like the coach drafts a team. He has I can't remember. I think it's $20,000 virtual dollars
Yeah.
that they bid on these athletes with against the other coaches. Okay, so when you look at points per dollar, some of these guys had like, because they cost their owner $8,000,
Yeah.
almost half the roster money. Their points per dollar is like 0.3 points per dollar. And then you get these other guys that they paid $800 for
Mm-hmm.
that have 15 points, and you're like, dude, this guy produces like 4 points per dollar.
I mean, like the kid this last what
like
was his
Jet
name?
Thompson.
Jet Thompson.
Jet,
yeah.
Thank you. He must have had a great
Yeah.
points per dollar.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was super high. And so you start after probably around day 2, you start seeing the numbers start moving around, and you can almost see a trend. And I think from a management, if you're the team captain,
Yeah.
if you're following that, or you have someone who's following it, then you could start strategically changing your matchups potentially, right? You can start with a little higher level of predictability, knowing like this guy has a better chance of scoring than this guy.
And I mean, this is a little bit of the seedier side of sports, but like as far as betting, like if people like betting and if it ever takes off in this, like
Well, they're going to have fantasy PGF, and
Goes hand in hand.
Goes
Yeah.
hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
By the way, just a quick question from John: is the new PGF season taking place at the same spot, or are they switching up the setting?
I believe they're doing it at the same spot.
Vegas.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
it's going to be in Vegas. I think it's going to be at the same place,
Okay.
but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
So, but for sure it's going to be in
Man,
Vegas.
if it ever gets big enough and you get like a fucking crowd, like a stadium or something, just
That'd be
that would
wild.
fucking badass.
It would be
That'd
cool.
be awesome. Yeah, that'd be neat. That'd be wild, dude. That'd be
That
crazy.
shit would be so sick. Man.
Yeah, it would be. So, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be pretty rad.
When are they having the draft? Have they announced?
The draft is on Sunday, November 3rd, I think.
Sweet.
And when is not when, but have they announced any of the teams, sponsor teams, yet?
I'm not positive.
I would love to see X Marshall and Black Rifle come back.
I think I think X Marshall might be coming back. I'm not positive though. I
Gotcha.
don't know officially.
Yeah,
I think the teams have been sponsored. I
Yeah.
think that's been already kind of sorted out, I think, but
they just haven't.
I don't
announced
think
it.
it's been made
Okay.
public. Yeah.
Sweet.
Somebody asked, can any of you guys tell me why Andrew Wiltz is losing his mind? This is Brett Berserker. I don't know Andrew Wiltz personally. I don't know. But she's definitely going through something.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, it sucks because like everybody can kind of see it, and I don't think he can. He's just not in the right state of mind. And this has happened before in jiu-jitsu with other people that kind of had these episodes of, for lack of a better word, because I don't know, like mania or something like that.
Mhm.
And there was one particular person that I didn't know this guy was going through it. And I brought him on and we talked and I gassed him up and I thought it was all jokes.
Yeah.
And then about a week later, I realized like, oh, this guy's serious.
Mm.
Like all this stuff is real that he's in, and he's like going through something right now. So I think Wiltz is in that category somehow.
When I got that comment, I saw that come up and I replied to it and I looked him up. And the latest, as far as news article that was written about him, is a quote from him saying the last year has been horrid, referencing 2023. So
Yeah, he's having a rough go. I don't know what the situation is. I know he's great at jiu-jitsu, and I know that he's a pretty big part of the jiu-jitsu world. So, I know
with-
there's other
with,
people involved.
Daisy Fresh.
Daisy
right?
Fresh,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Sure.
think there's some stuff with Jacob Couch, and there's a bunch of back and forth and a bunch of innuendos and rumors. But
Gotcha.
ultimately, I hope he gets better, dude.
Yeah, wish him the best.
Yeah.
What sucks about social media is that if you have a situation like that, there's nothing stopping you from broadcasting it to the world.
Right.
And
right.
now that's there forever.
Yeah. And it reaches like
Everybody.
thousands of years.
And now you got people commenting and poking in that have no concern for you at all. Like
Yeah.
they could give a fuck. They don't care. They don't even
Yeah.
they don't care who you are. They don't care if you're having like a real life situation. They don't care. They just want to fuck with you and talk shit online.
Yeah, probably while they're taking a shit.
Probably.
They have no regard
No regard. So
and no skin in the game.
no skin
Fuck.
in the game.
Well, I
so
hope he stays out of the comment section.
It's hard to do.
yeah,
I hope so too.
me too. So we'll see. But yeah, I hope he figures it out because it sucks to see people have issues like that are
So you don't think it's like a jujitsu thing? Like he's just
no.
maybe it's like a pressure. It's like some personal stuff.
It's like
going on.
a mental breakdown kind of thing.
Well, to be fair, we're not tight with him either, so it's
Right,
even hard
right.
to speculate.
I mean, I watched his videos. That was my take. Is like there's
Yeah.
something else going on, either that's chemically introduced, or there's like some kind of episode that's going on in the brain that's not right. So, which sucks, man.
Wish
Yeah.
you well, buddy.
Yeah, I hope he sorts it out. Let's just roll down because we're waiting for Jesse Taylor at this point. Lovely. So a couple things came out. I love seeing this only because I've gotten to know Higan Machado a little better. At PGF season 6, he was one of the coaches,
Mm-hmm.
and Brandon hit me up the night before. He's like, "Hey, can you?" I've told you guys this, but if you're tuning in, hey, can you help him draft his team because Higgins got a great jiu-jitsu mind, but he's not following all the. He doesn't know who Kevin Sherrill is. And
Right.
I love you, Kevin, but you don't know who you are,
Yeah.
or maybe he does, but he didn't seem like he knew who anybody was. So, but he wanted Jet Thompson. He picked Jet Thompson out of a lineup, didn't know anything about him. Just he's like, Dad, like that. There's something about that guy right there. I want him.
Damn.
I want him. So I'm like, you really? He's like, he was. In fact, Isaac and I, his kind of like one of his black belts that was on the trip with him, who's I think pretty close to him. We were trying to like, are you sure you want him? Like, you might want to go after like Andy Varela. And he's like, I want that kid. Like, we got out of everybody's like, we have to get him.
Give me the boy.
So when the first round went, it was so high for like PJ and Andy and these top guys. We realized like Jet's probably going to be at the bottom of the second tier of athletes, or maybe the last round.
Yeah.
So our plan was to set aside like $1,200. And when it comes to the end, we would just make a giant bid and nobody would have that much money to get him. We'd just be like, we want him for a high
For
amount.
sure. Yeah.
So we just kind of did that. They're like, what? Like, what? And then everyone had $300 at that point.
Yeah.
So we're like, we got him. But he turned out to be amazing. But anyway, he's training celebrities. He's trained a lot of celebrities. For whatever reason, he's in L.A. He's been tight in Hollywood for a long time. He's coordinated stunts. He's been around forever. He's been in movies. He's been like bad guy in movies sometimes, stuff like that. So
He works pretty close with a couple of the real famous stunt studios.
yeah, he does.
So they're actually like big jiu-jitsu guys that get hired to go do the stunts and stuff.
Right. Right. Yeah, there's
Awesome.
a lot of jiu-jitsu MMA guys that navigate towards the stunt side of the house.
Mm-hmm. Tate Fletcher.
Tate Fletcher. But yeah, man, dude, he got jacked up doing stunts.
They did.
Hurt pretty bad.
I don't think there's a good way out of that.
No, there's not. I think his situation was like he did a stunt that was really dangerous and he pulled it off and he was really nervous about it and it worked, and then they're like, we need you to do it again.
Fuck.
And the second time he got hurt.
Damn.
So yeah, that sucks, dude. I think Frank Trigg was trying to get into it for a while. It's not easy, and the stuntman world is like real tight and weird too. It's
I mean, all that Hollywood stuff, it's real clicky and
Yeah.
you got to know somebody.
and there's like it's like pro wrestling. You got to come up through the ropes. You got to like be
Oh.
trained. You can't just show up and I'm fucking Joe Stuntman.
Right.
Ain't gonna work.
But in any case, Hegan was working with these guys.
Yeah, he's working with these guys. He worked with Keanu Reeves for John Wick. He coordinated a bunch of those fight sequences.
That makes
Honorary
sense.
black belt.
Yeah. So the latest is Bradley Cooper. He showed up at
Really?
jiu-jitsu training.
Good for him.
He's making great progress. That's what
He's a big boy.
is he? How I don't know. He seems like he's
He
tall,
looked
dude.
fucking big when he did American Sniper.
Yeah.
He could beef up pretty good.
Yeah. They said he's preparing for a movie role that is unknown right now, but jiu-jitsu has something to do with it. Maybe it's fighting.
John Wick 17.
Yeah, right. And then I saw another thing about this female entertainer. I can't remember her name though. Who's also getting into jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna look her up real quick. She had been training. I think what happened is Tom Brady's ex-wife, Giselle. It came out that like she was training jiu-jitsu with
Oh.
Mm.
the Valentes, right? Supposedly she like had a hookup with him,
Mhm.
and that was the last straw for Tom Brady. And then when it came out that she was doing it, it seemed like a bunch of people like, I do jiu-jitsu too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The supermodel Irina Shayk, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Unfamiliar.
Yeah, she said she's been doing jiu-jitsu. Russian beauty known for her work with Victoria's Secret.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
good for her. So she said she's doing it as a form of cardio. It's just interesting. She's going to get her purple belt.
She's already getting a purple.
Giselle is a purple belt, I
Good for
think. I don't think she's a purple belt.
How long has she been training?
I don't know.
10 minutes. I don't know. I have
day.
no idea.
Private lessons, bruh.
Just
No,
fucking
I
say.
mean, it's awesome that people are doing jiu-jitsu is a great thing.
Dude, fucking Tom Hardy's getting after it.
He's for real, though.
He's doing gold, getting golds at like
yeah,
gi
he's
and no gi.
competing. He's doing it real. He's
Talks
really
about it.
training.
Passionate.
There's some guys that like
What,
Guy Ritchie's a real deal jiu-jitsu
Jason
guy.
Statham.
There's
too.
another dude. What's Joe? Oh God, the guy from Superbad, the fat
Jonah
kid.
Hill?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a blue
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah,
Who
he does
about you?
Did not know
jujitsu.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Good for him.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand's a purple belt or purple or brown belt, I think.
I think he got his purple belt.
Oh,
He's-
really?
Yeah, he's been a purple belt since I was aware he was doing it, but I didn't know if he got his brown or not. I might be thinking of
I
Ashton
think
Kutcher.
he was. Ashton Kutcher. Nobody knows what belt he is. Every picture he's in a different color belt.
I think he's brown, but I'm not sure.
Is he though?
I don't know. I don't know the guy. I wanted to dislike him for a long time because of the movies he was in, but I was like, he seems like a cool dude. I don't know.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, keep talking. Jesse Taylor said, "Yo, trying to log in.
Okay.
Can we shoot for 8?"
I know Jason Statham's about it. He loves it. Chuck
Yeah.
Norris is a black belt.
Hmm.
Well,
That's interesting.
I'd assume Chuck Norris is a legit black belt.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
probably got like 19 black belts and different stuff.
Yeah.
Dan Inosanto, the
Dan
famous martial artist. Look him up if you don't know him, then you don't know that much about martial arts. But
Zoltan, Five-Finger Death Punch.
he's a. Excuse me.
He's a black belt.
I know, but I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry.
He shuts you up just to not say anything.
That's my bad.
I'm talking about Dan Inosanto. He's like a Bruce Lee black belt, and he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Oh.
He's an old, famous martial artist.
Wow.
He was like one of Bruce Lee's original students or something. He's
Was Chuck Norris one of Bruce Lee?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think Inosanto was really big in the Filipino community,
Oh,
that kind of martial arts stuff.
okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
Was it Kali
I mean, there's a
or
big
Eskrima? I forget which.
Eskrima. There's a big
Eskrima.
presence of that in Stockton. There's a lot. There was a part of Stockton called like Old Philippine Town or Filipino Town or something. It was like a
Mhm.
section of town. There was a lot of Eskrima. People that
Really?
did Eskrima, yeah.
What's that like?
It's like stick
Stick
fighting.
yeah.
Oh, that's a stick one. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff, dude. And that lends itself to like knife fighting as well, which is scary.
Yeah, I saw a thing
That's,
that it was
that's
because
Kali. Yeah.
they had to use sticks because the citizenry they weren't used to use knives.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
had to start
Well,
using
it's
sticks.
kind of hard to fuck up when you're training with live blades. Like, imagine being a white belt. We did one time like red felt tip markers. You wear like a white T-shirt, so you could visibly like after the round you look and you're like, oh shit, I would have got
I got
murdered.
cut up.
Like
yeah.
there's red all over me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah, you got red on you.
somebody who really knows how to use a knife, dude, you're toast, man. Don't fight somebody that has a knife. Just run.
Fuck no, I'm just gonna run.
Just
There's no winning in a knife fight.
You're gonna get
No.
cut.
Yeah, no matter what. I've
You will
heard that
get
from
cut.
every self-defense
Yeah.
instructor. Is like if one of you has a knife, you're both getting cut.
Yeah, there's a high likelihood you're gonna get cut. Fuck. Gun, I don't know. Depends on the distancing. But better to just give your property up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight anybody for that.
No.
shit. If they're armed and
But
I'm
what if
not-
they're like, get in the car? What are you gonna do? Because they always say whoever they is, but they're like, don't get transported. Because why are they taking you somewhere?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Yeah, yeah. Fuck it. I'd probably rather die than get taken somewhere.
Then what are they gonna do?
Get taken to a P Diddy party.
Freak out?
Yeah.
Freak off.
You think freak off? You think it's cool? They pull up and like these gates open up and there's like a party. You're like, oh, what's this? And they're like, oh.
You're the main event.
They
If
put a
I-
ball gag over
yeah.
you.
Fuck.
Yeah, if I were you, I wouldn't be stoked.
Pulls out a case of lube. Carry this.
Yeah,
You're like,
dude, how-
fuck. You're gonna
how
make me
many-
carry my own lube?
How many thousands
Fuck.
of bottles did they find?
Yeah, something.
I
crazy.
saw a meme
Something
where
absurd.
he blamed it on Costco. I could only get a big batch.
It was
Shut
wholesale.
the fuck up.
No, I'm just kidding.
I got a deal. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I don't know.
So for me, I'd rather die as a baseline. So I'm not getting in the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not getting in the car.
I don't know
fuck
if I would or
yourself.
not.
If I saw like a friend in there, I'd be like, oh, it's a gag.
I don't know. Initially, I would think that getting in the car was the safest bet because then you might have a chance to come back. But
Mm-mm.
now that I think about it,
Mm-mm.
Come back. Like,
You-
what are they gonna give you a ride back? We'll drop you off where we kidnapped you from.
Yeah, we want to talk to you and rob you somewhere else.
I don't know. You stay alive for the longest. That I'm just saying.
I get
it
it.
might be wrong, but the
That's the
initial
s-
thought.
That's
is
the same
that.
reason why when they go get on your knees, people get on their knees because they're like, well, I'm still, and then they're like, crack.
Yeah.
They're like no longer here.
That one's a little different in the car though, because it's like, okay, now I'm just following your instruction immediately, so I can do that immediately. But you're
Yeah.
not taking me anywhere.
Yeah.
You might just reach it. Now that I'm on my knees, you might just reach into my pocket,
Yeah.
beat me up, whatever it is. But I might still get out of it.
Do you feel the same about Do you feel the same about the car as you would like a blindfold? Like they say, like put this over your eyes.
Negative. Well, I mean, yes, I feel the
Right,
same way.
you're
Like,
fighting
you
it.
can go
I
ahead
feel
and shoot me, dude.
put a hood
Yeah.
over you.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, that's cartel shit. That doesn't lead to nothing good.
No,
No,
So you can just take care of it right here, buddy. I'm done.
just go down swinging. I guess.
Try.
I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I mean, I've had a gun in my face once, and that
Ugh.
Fuck.
sucked.
I've never had a gun on me, but I've been places where live guns were pulled, and I'm like, oh shit, like time to go.
It's a weird feeling, isn't it?
Time slows down.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Time moves real slow.
Yeah, it
said-
felt like it to me. I was fucking like, oh shit.
Yeah.
How about once when I was a teenager riding the city bus?
Somebody pulled out a
A
piece.
dude, as the bus pulled up, this dude was brandishing a gun.
Shit.
And we all got on the bus together because
Ah,
we're like, well, I got to get home. Like, you know, I'm not waiting until 3:35 for
Yeah.
the next bus. Like,
God knows when that'll get here.
he didn't do anything, but he
He's just flashing
definitely
it?
was brandishing the weapon.
Yeah.
We're just like, okay.
I'm not gonna fuck with you. So.
Hey, man. I
You
got
do
an
you,
education
boo-boo.
on the city bus. Some lady took a shit on a piece of newspaper
Fuck.
and just left
God,
it.
God bless her for that.
The
At least
driver went berserk, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, they went
What?
crazy.
it's on the newspaper.
I mean,
What the fuck?
You didn't have to dig it out of the slats on the middle of
Dude,
the bus.
fuck that.
those bus drivers were callous, dude.
I would be, yeah.
And when it was their break time, like some bus routes, you knew if you take the 11:45 bus, there is a scheduled 15-minute break,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to sit in the bus.
Yeah.
They would pull that bitch over,
They
dude,
sat with the people in
and
the
you
bus.
would just fucking sit, dude.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that was cool. I didn't
That's
know
what they
how
did,
it-
dude.
Yeah. People in LA,
Yeah.
the drivers in LA would do that.
They just pull over.
They just pull over.
You're like, okay,
Yeah.
guess we're chilling for a bit.
So I know occasionally some of the VREs, like the basically the VREs in DC, they would stop at the station for a couple minutes longer.
No.
But you're at the station and
No.
there's
This isn't like a
moving.
bus stop.
No, this is like
they just pull over.
some random spot they pull over every day.
They're like, oh, it's break
That's
time.
insane.
Sorry, guys, I got to pull over. I got in trouble. I got yelled at by a bus driver for most of the new buses had the little rubber strip you pushed and it would go ding ding.
Yeah.
But the old bus had the cord you
yeah.
pulled and go and I just fucking like laid on it, dude. And she turned around and chewed me out. You don't gotta hang on that. What's your problem?
Stop the fucking bus.
John
Yeah.
just said after I told you I had a gun pulled on me. John remembered that. He said Andrew smashed a dude with a skateboard in the face instead of getting mugged in Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
one of the scariest things that's ever happened in my life.
all good in the hood, Doug.
Well, fuck
Yeah.
that dude.
Yeah, man. I agree. If you can clack somebody, clack them.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that I find is you don't exactly everyone thinks they know what they're going to do, but every situation's a little bit different and you
Yeah.
don't quite know. And sometimes you make it's like ordering on the menu and you're like, I'm going to get the steak. I'm going to get the steak. And they're like, what would you have? You're like, I'll have pork chop.
A burger.
Yeah.
You just like, you fucking call an audible at the last second.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, push up.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you everything. And you're like, hit him in the face. You know what I mean? You're just like, if you do it, you better fucking do it.
Yeah, me hitting him in the skateboard with a skateboard in the head was like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, I have this in my hand. I'm just gonna swing, and if he shoots me, he shoots me.
Did you just think like, oh, I have a weapon?
No, I was just
No,
like, I
just-
need to get this out of my face.
Fuck.
He probably wasn't prepared to shoot you.
To be fair, I don't know for sure. He did one of those in the pocket things.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get clacked if you do that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you do this, if I have a gun, I'm pulling the gun out.
Right.
I got the fucking gun. I'm not
Not gonna pretend.
kind of an ice cream scoop in my pocket pointed at you. You're like, I see your finger and your thumb, jackass.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I noticed that when he fell, a magazine was on the ground.
Oh, well, he probably had a gun.
Maybe. I never saw the actual gun. He did the whole put it in your pocket and pull it up to my face kind of thing. Because if I'd have seen him coming with a gun, I'd have fucking took off.
I feel like, too, if somebody has it in a jacket, it's easier to, like, move and direct away from you.
Yeah.
Maybe. My first thought was try to bash this dude in the face with a skateboard. Luckily, it worked.
Somebody told me who was very good with guns and fighting and self-defense and was awesome. He was talking about the distancing you need, the distance you need to close, like how far apart you can be when you can no longer close the distance faster than they can pull
Oh,
a
I
gun
see.
out.
Yeah.
And it's it's like 18 feet or 19 feet or 21 feet. It's not.
not
It's
that
a little further than what you would think.
I thought like 10 feet.
Well, it depends. If they're pointing it at you, that's too late. But
Yeah.
if it's like if they make a motion to go get it,
Yeah.
at that point, there's enough time for you to rush, close distance, grab.
What do they call it? That the 90-degree elbow or something when they're gonna reach for it. Have you ever heard of that?
Like a name for it.
Yeah, it's like every time you're gonna go reach for a gun or a weapon, your elbow does this like 90-degree angle as
Yeah.
they're gonna reach for it.
So I'm not an expert, but I think that's helpful if somebody's carrying in a standard kind of way. I mean, if they already have their hands in their
It's not
pockets and they have it
necessarily
in
a
their pocket-
gun.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Some people carry in the front
I do.
and they pull the shirt and
Yeah.
it's red. But, you know, this person also said you should think of the gun as a laser. And anywhere that laser can point, it can fucking hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if you're going to run, you better have the space to run and you better fucking, like, you better run.
Yeah.
Luckily, most people aren't good shots, especially with a handgun.
Nobody practices.
No, and I have seen guys at the range with the gun sideways.
at the
I-
range,
Yes,
yeah.
I have seen this at the range, dude.
oof.
And then I saw a dude get in trouble because he fired two at the same time.
That's not. I mean,
And the
that's-
range
that's
instructor
awesome.
was like, no. Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
yeah,
He knew because he did it right at the end of his session.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going
getting
out.
kicked
Ba, ba,
out.
ba, Thelma and Louise. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah.
Kicked out like a G.
Yeah. It's like, don't fuck around. That's what always was in the back of my head when I would go to the shooting range. Is there 6 other motherfuckers in this room with live ammunition? And
Yeah.
I don't fucking know them. They
I
could
don't
be
really trust them.
unhinged, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I have a weapon, but I didn't come here to shoot a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Well,
came
I
here to
could-
shoot paper targets.
I
like-
could
Yeah.
be in there and I'm out of my mind.
yeah. Right. Right.
That's
you
not
could be
good.
Yeah.
fucking high. You could be
Yeah.
out of it, dude.
Yeah, Fuck.
It's kind of crazy. Think about it.
I've got some wild range stories.
Jesse Taylor said he's going to jump in at 8, so we'll see.
8 for him.
8 for him.
Okay. Couple
So-
minutes.
no, 8 for us. 8 in the morning.
Yeah. 8 tomorrow.
I wasn't aware of what time it
He's
was.
going to call in on October
Okay.
8th, Andrew. We got to stay on.
Take
till
her
then.
easy there, bud.
Yeah, so I don't know, dude. I know some really well-known jiu-jitsu guys that got robbed in Brazil and just gave up their
Yeah,
property. They're
yeah.
like, oh, you want it? It's yours.
Yeah,
I guess if somebody's robbing you and they don't have anything to lose, then you just give them what they want.
if I'm in a favela in Brazil somewhere,
See,
I'm
I'm
not
not-
gonna fight.
I'm
right?
not going
No,
to the
no.
favela. That's
Well,
the
no,
thing.
I'm not either.
I'm not going.
But
You want to go to
sometime-
Brazil?
But there's
not really.
There's no. You would never go to Brazil.
I'm actually kind of scared to travel to places like that have high crime rates, and
Yeah,
I'm just like, dude, I don't want to tempt fate.
it's a good.
Weren't we talking about? I asked Tim yesterday
Yeah.
before we did the podcast, like, what's the wildest place that you would go for like a week or two? Do you think for you it'd be Brazil? For me, it'd be like Uzbekistan.
No, I don't see Tim going to Uzbekistan.
me.
Oh, you?
For me, I'd probably
Yeah.
try. I would like to go to Uzbekistan or Afghanistan. For like
Afghanistan?
Yeah, for like a week.
To
or
do
two.
what?
Well, it's safe now.
To do what though?
Yeah.
It's
what-
beautiful.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful.
Put a fucking VR headset on and go see
It's
it.
not the same.
I'm just
There's a lot of other beautiful places you could go to with
where
that are
there's
way
shit
less
to do.
risk.
But even there's things. There's nothing to do in
You can
Afghanistan.
snowboard in Kandahar.
Okay. You snowboard? You're an active snowboarder?
Negative.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't the point. It was what can you do? There's no shit to do.
Well,
Apparently.
okay.
Yeah.
Where would you go? Fuck.
They have a ski
Some,
lift.
some
They have a
big
ski lift in Kandahar.
Probably
German looking American dude is going to go to Afghanistan with his snowboard and
Yeah.
your goggles from REI.
I know how to
Fucking ghost women walking around everywhere. Like what?
Bruh.
ghost. I thought you were-
Dude,
so I'm such a spooky bitch that I thought, is there ghosts there? I thought ghosts first. And fuck your opinions on where I want to go. That's where I want to go. Where do you want to go?
where would you go?
Most dangerous place I would go?
It doesn't have to be dangerous. Wild. You define wild.
Australia. Like
Oh, yeah,
Like-
so wild.
backwoods.
They have big fucking spiders, mate.
Yeah, dude, Australia's scary as fuck. It's
Yeah, it's
fucking
pretty
dangerous
wild.
as fuck.
What
And
about
I don't mean like Sydney. I mean like what is that shit? There's like those Australian dudes that have like
Aborigines?
the car. No,
Rough Riders?
they build these
I know what
cars
you're
and they
talking
go
about.
overlanders. I
Yeah.
think they call them.
They're kind of like not totally off the grid, but they kind of go off like
Yeah.
They
unsupported.
have like
Yeah.
3 fuel tanks.
Yeah,
of them
shit
runs
like
on
that,
vegetable
yeah.
oil and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like guys. I mean, that's the whole like I'm gonna push the line kind of an activity
Yeah.
until I want to see how close I can get to totally fucking up.
Being fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same with
I
guys
admire-
who are like climbing buildings, like unsupported. I'm
A lot
gonna
of those
just
Russian-
keep doing this till something happens.
Well,
I
I've seen
fuck
I've
up.
seen a lot of those Russian ones where something does happen and then they don't post any more videos.
That is the draw.
Yeah.
So here's an idea. This is a bit that I haven't told you yet. This is not a bit. I have so many good business ideas. I need an investor. This is a theme park. And every day someone dies at the theme park. That's just
It's just a given.
a given.
I'm in
Yeah.
and I'm going every day.
And there's streaks. And there's a leaderboard.
Mm.
And it's like this guy's come 1,200 days
and
in
he
a row.
hasn't fucking got.
Yeah.
This is the best idea I've ever heard.
This is
Yes.
a good one.
And you go,
And you just sign a release.
you sign a
fuck it.
release, and it's not cheap. It's fucking expensive.
Come the fuck on.
No. It's not cheap because it's a fucking thrill just to go because you could
Because you could
fucking
actually
die.
fucking die.
Well, your janitorial overhead would be massive at that point.
Everyone
too.
has to show up at the same time. It's not coming. And then it's like a ceremony. It's like, listen, somebody in this room is gonna die.
Mm.
And then it's like it's ominous, almost like, and then like, but have a good time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And you run out. You pay the entry fee. Everything else is free. You could eat as much as you want. Probably no alcohol because that could get a little. You sneak your own shit in.
You'd have
Yeah.
more than one person dying.
And some days there it is like that, and every day what happens is that clock starts moving and no
Johnson.
one's died.
John said Squid Games.
Nobody's died. Yeah,
Yeah.
people are like, oh shit, it's 8:00. The park closes in 4 hours. Somebody's gonna die soon.
Yeah.
It's 11:30, dude. Like
Are
someone's
you
gonna
not allowed to
get it.
leave
No,
until
you
somebody
gotta
goes?
stay the whole time.
Oh, damn.
It's like
You
a
don't get to-
day-long fucking Russian roulette.
Bet you it's a fun day though.
Yeah, and you have to ride rides.
Yeah, you
Like
can't.
you have to.
Yeah.
There's no. So when you go, you get
Now,
a.
how are you guaranteeing that somebody fucking dies? Like,
We have ways.
Part of what you pay for, baby.
It's all different
yeah.
too. So this
So
is
one
what
day
it
it's the
is.
carousel, the other day it's
Yes,
something
and
else.
it's not always a ride.
Mm.
Sometimes you're in the bathroom and someone just fucking.
Just murks you in the bathroom.
So you can't be like, I'm gonna play it safe and sit in this spot. 'cause
Yeah.
You'll get got.
You'll
Your
get
little
got.
drone will come over you and just like.
Yeah, done.
Lasers. People get kidnapped and taken out, never seen again. They're
The
like,
That's
fucking
cars.
Dippin' Dots just
yeah,
detonate.
yeah. You never know how you're gonna get it, dude.
I would love to apply for the position of interesting bomb maker.
Yeah. Like we hire a bunch of Disney Imagineers. We
Yeah.
lure them
But
away.
it's all just
How many ways
rough.
can we kill folks? Wouldn't that be dope?
that'd be my dream job.
I could sell tickets for probably 20 grand a pop, I bet. These rich people that want to do something thrilling, they'd be like, have you guys gone there? Oh my God, it's crazy.
the next
What's
thing,
the name? What are you calling this place, Tim? What's this magical place?
Timmy Land.
Timmy
Land.
Land.
Yeah, it's got to be something like not, not
all,
scary
yeah.
sounding, like really fun. Like,
Yeah.
I think you're
Um,
right with the clientele too. Like if the Titan submersible would have come back, that's the
Yeah.
next thing they would have done.
Yeah. I don't know. We got to think of a name.
yeah, something
I'm
fun.
pretty married to Timmy Land. That sounds pretty good.
Timmy Land.
Put a name in the comments of what this
Yeah.
place is.
Oh yeah, if you got a fun name, do
Yeah.
that.
We need a name. So, yeah, that's my idea. Wouldn't that be dope? I
That's-
got another one, but I'll share it later.
Yeah. You don't
Similar.
want people to steal that one.
You can't steal it. I just put it out there
Yeah.
under my
Copyright.
voice.
that's a good
Copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just say copyright and you're good.
Copyright, dog. I'm a universal citizen. What's up, yo? I'm a sovereign citizen,
Sovereign
dog.
citizen,
I love
yeah.
sovereign citizens. So I know a guy that's a cop. I'm not going to name any names, but he's a cop. He's a very big guy.
Yeah.
Good sized gentleman.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about one time when he went out to a call and this dude was in a car who had done something not like murderous, but had fucked
Illegal.
up. He was
Yeah.
going to get arrested.
Yeah.
There's no one of those things. There's no talking your way out of it. You're going to jail. Okay. And he pulls up and he's kind of like getting out of the cruiser halfway out, halfway in. The guy can't really see how big this guy is because he's not your average size cop. He's fucking like, oh my God, this is like jumbo
We
cop.
talk about the same guy.
Probably.
Beefcake.
Yeah. So, dude is in the car, and my buddy can see that the guy in the car is like, he's like talking and moving his hands and like he's going to get out. And my buddy's thinking he's going to be like, I'm a sovereign citizen. He's like, here we go. Because they get those every so often. It's probably fun.
Yeah.
You know, like, how many days has it been since you've had a sovereign citizen?
They have a whiteboard.
They just
0
give them their
days
own
since
fucking
last.
land and let them fuck it up. Like, okay, you guys can all live together and be call sovereign citizen on each other all day long. I'm a sovereign citizen, dog.
Nothing gets done.
Why are you on top of my wife? I'm a sovereign citizen, dog.
It's our wife.
Yeah,
It
our
sounds
wife.
like communism really quick.
Yeah, it's sovereignism. So dude gets out of the car. My buddy comes from around the door that's kind of blocking his body, and dude sees him, and he's like, he has that one split second change of face where he's like, I fucked up.
Made a huge
And my buddy
mistake.
just like, boom, just tackles him,
Fuck.
puts him on the ground, doof, takes the wind out of the guy. The guy goes, I deserve that. He's like, that one's on me, man.
Yeah.
I deserve that. And then he was like super cool the rest of the time, super polite.
Calm the fuck down
Yeah.
real quick.
He said,
I'm going to tell you what, brother, the word of the day is comply.
I deserve that. I'm done. That's all I had in me. I'm no longer a sovereign citizen.
Yeah.
I'm denouncing my sovereign citizenship.
Yeah, those YouTube videos lied to me.
Man, I was watching. So for the bullpen, one of the things I have to do every week, I love to do. I don't have to do. I love doing it. Is coming up with the fight video. So I'm always combing through fight videos, trying to find something that's recent, that's interesting, that's got. When a fight breaks out, there are so many things going on around a fight that's happening. It's insane when you look at the guys doing it, and then you look at the immediate people around them that are like the first immediate bystanders.
Yeah.
And then there's like secondary and tertiary groups, and their behavior is just hilarious. And some people that are right on the inside, they step back 2 rows because they want to be on the third level out.
Yeah, like,
And
this
some of
is
the-
too much pressure.
Some people from the back run up to the front,
Yeah.
right? And then some people are fucking oblivious.
Yeah.
And
Some
they're
people
like
don't know.
bouncing their kid up in the air, and some guy's getting jacked right next to him. They're just like doing something like it. So anyway, I come across this one, and I've never seen a fight like this, and it was fucking beautiful. It was 2 dudes on a train. It looked like it was an Asian country, and one guy looked like, I couldn't tell what they were saying, but he couldn't understand the language. But it looked like he was drunk. He was kind of drunk and aggressive acting, and he was kind of like drunk guy, agitated, like kind of irritating, acting to another person on the train. And the person on the train makes distance from him, and he's like, "Hey, like, I'm just trying to go to work or whatever, you know." And the drunk guy's like, and he must have said or did something, but he starts coming forward, and the dude just fucking calf kicks him, crack.
Oh, God.
Shit.
And the drunk guy's like, and he like, he ate that one. He's like,
Yeah.
he muscled up on him. He's like, bam, cracked him again.
Oh.
The drunk guy takes a step back, and he's like, yeah, and they're like, talking. And the drunk guy kicks him again, right?
3 calf kicks right
Every time the dude got into range, other dude kicked him, and he worked his way from the lower leg to the upper thigh. And
Oh, boy.
you could tell after like kick 5, this dude is like, fuck, I am agitating this guy,
Yeah.
and I'm in serious pain now, but I've already kind of committed to fucking with this guy,
Right.
and now I'm not going to stop because the whole train's looking at me.
now. Mm-hmm.
So he kind of walks away, and he comes back again, and the guy's like, all right, I'm going to fucking Hadouken your ass. And he like loads up, he thigh kicks him, and the asshole guy, like his leg, like it looked like somebody hard powered off his leg. Like they didn't do a reboot from the menu. They
Yeah.
just like, they pulled the plug, and
Yeah.
his leg just went like, boom, and he just
Collapse.
fucking crumbled.
Yeah.
Looked up at him like, why you kick me, man?
Why'd you do that?
I thought it was a pretty great way to defend yourself, though.
Just throwing calf kicks. If you know how to do it, why not?
I know a jiu-jitsu dude that calf kicked a guy in a nightclub who was drunk, was getting out of pocket, was kind of like being a nuisance, and like, hey, like, you're not even part of our crew, like, go hang out somewhere else kind of thing. and he was being obnoxious, and he like whipped around and cracked one of the girls in the face on
Oh,
accident. He didn't
Still, whoops.
he didn't mean to do it, but he came around and he hit her,
Oh boy.
and
You're gonna get some for that.
our buddy like turned his shoulder to square him up, basically.
Yeah.
Was like, what the fuck? And the guy's like, what? And he's like, wham! And he kicked him, and he kicked the guy out of his shoe. He kicked him so hard, took the guy out of the air, turned him horizontal, fell to the ground, shoe went flying off, and then the jiu-jitsu guy's like, time to go.
Yeah.
We out. Mic drop.
I'd like
The
to
spot
introduce.
is burnt.
I'd like to introduce all your lower tendons to Muay Thai.
Yeah, just cracked him.
Oh
A
boy.
good leg kick, I think, goes a long way for self-defense. It's range. You got
never been kicked.
You got range. Even most people that kind of train, they're not expecting it in the street. They're probably not going to check it.
Who knows? I don't know how to check a fucking calf kick.
And
Like,
if it's a casual and they're just standing square and you crack them, dude, they're going to fucking collapse.
Yeah. You're gonna turn the power off, like you said. For
You're
that
going to
other
turn the
guy.
power off.
I'm
I
sure.
imagine if you kick anywhere near the knee, you're fucked. Right?
I think I'm kicking in a fight. I think I'm leading with a lower leg kick, and then I'm going to try to kick him in the body. Because what are they going to, if they grab me, we're going to clench? And then
Yeah.
what? It's going to be bad for them, not me.
Yeah.
Unless it's a fighter, but I'm not fighting fighters. I'm
Yeah.
only going to fight somebody that's like fucking being a dickwad to me. Like my initial reaction is to leave if
Is it-
somebody's acting aggressive.
Is your first one a calf kick or that kick on the knee that hyperextends the knee?
Maybe a teak.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. To the knee though. Yeah. Or fucking Sparta kick somebody right in the fucking solar plexus. Kick them in the chest.
I've heard stories about 2 people at the bar doing that down those stairs.
Yeah.
Bro.
Hey man, never underestimate a good Sparta kick. Most people, first of all, don't think you're going to kick them.
No.
And when they're aggressive, a lot of posturing is going into it. People that are like dangerous with their hands and feet aren't doing all this wild posturing like
Yeah.
fucking caveman stuff. You know,
They're keeping.
they're
tight in.
keeping and they're blading their stance, and it's like they're giving you cues. And we talked about the grooming cues that people do before they fucking try to sucker punch you or hit you. They wipe the face or fix the hat or pull the pants or do the thing on the sleeve. There's always like a little fucking towel, and then whap comes the
Yeah.
fucking strike.
Yep.
I think it's a physical manifestation of the fact that their brain just made the decision that I'm gonna fucking do this.
Yeah.
And the body goes like, all right,
Let's go.
Go time.
fucking
Yeah.
getting ready. Like, let
Yeah.
me fucking get ready.
Yeah.
When you see that, then you gotta fucking you're not. I think that the trick is maybe don't look for the sucker punch. Look for the cue.
The cue.
The cue is what's gonna give you enough time to fucking step back, step out of range.
Yeah.
If you know that, and you know that most people, I'd say 9 times out of 10, are going to throw a wild right overhand.
Yeah, it's gonna come fucking wide
Yep.
and looping.
Yeah.
Tomahawk block that. Get in if you're jiu-jitsu. Dive for a single
Yeah.
or do something if you're a wrestler, and then fuck them up.
I think distance management might be the most important concept in self-defense when you're just talking about hand to hand. It's
Yeah.
just understanding that if I take one step back and I'm bladed and this person doesn't follow me, they can't hit me.
Mm.
And every time they come into range, if I constantly maintain that distance back, then they can't hit me. And if I do this 2 or 3 times and they keep coming forward, now I have justification for defending myself, and actually personal, not even to the law, but to myself. I know that this person is engaging me when I'm trying to retreat,
Mhm.
right? And so then that gives you, and part of it, and people might think this is corny, but this works at the highest levels all the time against trained fighters, is they come forward, you step back, they come forward. You step back, they come forward. They're thinking you're going to step back again, but instead of stepping back, you step forward, they step forward, and you meet them in the clinch. Boom, you close the distance because you're both going forward.
Yeah.
You kind of, that's the classic pattern, but it works.
Yeah.
It's just when you come into range, you better have your fucking hands out. If you're doing this, you might catch one.
Yeah, that's like that.
They're going to swing and go wild.
Yeah, that interaction, that step back and then step forward, is the same interaction that you do with like dancing around with foot sweeps.
Similar thing. Yeah, you're leading them into a particular spot where you take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Just understanding that, fucking get, because if you look at fights that break out, like one guy fucking lokes up and then the other guy doesn't know what he's doing and he lokes up and they're like right here on
Yeah.
each other. And both of them have their hands down.
Yeah.
And it's like, now who's got the sack to throw first? Because that's basically what it's going to be.
Right.
Chicken fight till then,
Yeah, it is.
which is crazy.
People that have been in a lot of fights that don't know how to fight, they fucking start throwing quick.
Mm-hmm.
If you've noticed, though, they're just tough and they fucking throw punches. Like, they don't wait.
They normally don't talk a lot either.
They just fucking go.
It's like, hey man, stop. And
Yeah.
then, da, 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 ba, 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 ba.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Dangerous to fight in the streets, though. And it happens all the time.
I heard if you're gonna fight, you got to be the first one to throw.
I mean, yeah, but if you're going to win the legal fight, then you have to have some justification for it, right? You have to
Sure.
win that. There's like,
There's a meta game. Like
There's-
Everything's on camera.
yeah, that's a good point.
There's some stuff downtown when I'm at the bar that I have to make sure happens before I go anything like hands on with somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whether it's just more than slightly gently getting them out of the bar because they're too drunk, and I actually put my hands on them, because the moment I put my hands on them, if they stumble and the camera sees that and they hurt themselves because they're shithoused, and not because I pushed them or anything, just because I'm trying to escort them out of the bar, they have some. I have some legal ramifications because of that.
There's
Or
some
could.
liability there.
there's an author. His name. This guy is kind of known, but not super well known. But he's fucking brilliant. His name is Varg Freeborn.
Mm.
He has a book called Mind of Violence, and it's basically about altercations that take place in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And in the book, he lays out like an escalation cycle that happens. That's super common in conflicts. And he talks about the difference in people's, for lack of a better word, wiring. How some people, like, especially in the wild, like, you're out going to Walgreens, you're getting your shit, somebody cuts you off in the line and gets in front of you. And this is I've said this before, this is one of the scenarios that really happened in real life that he breaks down. One of the guys died. They got in an altercation over somebody cutting in line. And he talks about how altercations go from verbal to physical. They usually start verbal, like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? I was in line. And the mistake people make is they come to the table assuming you play by the same set of rules as me, and you don't escalate into physical action unless you meet the same threshold that I have in my mind also.
Right. Right.
And some people hit the physical threshold way lower than you because they were raised around violence. They might have grown up in a household where, like, there was abuse or there was criminal activity. They saw people get fucked up. Maybe
Yeah.
they saw people get murdered. Maybe they got beat up. Like,
Yeah.
it's not crazy to them. It's a language they're more comfortable with. And so you pop off to this dude and it goes from verbal to physical like that. And you're not prepared for that because your threshold is you just pop off. You're used to just saying what the fuck ever. And I told that fucking guy, I'll kick your
Right.
ass. But you never really do anything. And this guy is like, okay, I'll be your Huckleberry motherfucker. Like, what's up? And then it turns into this escalation. And some people are willing to take that to the level where they will take your life. Like, that's not out of the question for them. But that might not be in question for you. So
Yeah.
that's one of the points he makes is like, when you're out in the wild doing your shit, don't forget what your purpose is. You're going to the drugstore to get your prescription. You're not going to the drugstore to be the line police.
Yeah.
You're not going into the public to fucking police and this guy fucking crossed in front of, hey, motherfucker. Like, even though I'm guilty of that from time to time, I'm not going to lie, I've said shit that pissed me off. But at the same time, you know, somebody else might be wired way different, man.
Yeah, what
And-
you described as like on a country, military, specifically a nuclear level, that's the problem with game theory, is I'm going to assume you're not going to do what I'm unwilling to do because I assume you're playing by the same rules as
Right.
me. Who the shit has this? Who's to say you're playing by any rules?
Right. So his whole thing is like, hey, the book was written towards mostly martial arts instructors. He's like, you're doing a great disservice to your students by teaching them all these self-defense ideas and things that they believe in, this kind of like fantasy that shit's going to pop off and they're going to like do all these crazy things and they're going to get got. They're going to get fucked up is what's going to happen. I think there's a lot of truth to it. I think it's wild. Like, you don't know what people are going to do. And are you really? And so he talks about the fights you have to win. He goes like, okay, you win the physical fight. Congratulations. But now you got to go to court, perhaps. You got to win the legal fight. And then if you win that, you have to win the societal fight, which is maybe you beat some guy up whose son is the mayor or whose uncle is the chief of police.
Mm-hmm.
And now in your community, like, you're considered an outcast, or you're, like, it's not the same anymore.
Yeah.
If it's particularly violent, you might have some form of PTSD or some kind of mental bullshit that you got to get over that's going to bother you forever. Right. So he's like, there's a cost associated with it that goes way past just the actual physical confrontation. And when you think about that, you kind of got to go like,
Yeah.
What is worth it? Oh, it ended. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We lost you on Instagram. Only the first hour streams for free on the gram.
In any case, yeah, I totally agree. I think no matter what, there's going to be a cost associated with that.
Just no way around
Your
it,
life's
right?
changing no matter what.
Yeah. I don't think Jesse Taylor's going to call us, dude. I think he stood us up twice. He's getting up there with Mario Sperry did this to us. You guys know who Mario Sperry is? He's the great jiu-jitsu god. Dude, Mario Sperry, he's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Came from, I think he was originally, so Carlson Gracie had, and I might fuck this up, so I apologize if I do. Send me the correction. But if I remember it right, Carlson Gracie, I'm going to start another live stream for Instagram. He had the Brazilian top team. And it was kind of like something he started is like, I'm going to do my thing,
Mm-hmm.
And he started it, and he had a core group of dudes. And I want to say like Vitor Belfort was in there.
Okay.
And like Mario Sperry and a bunch of guys. And then, or maybe those guys split from Carlson Gracie. Maybe that's what it was. Brazilian top team was the split. I think that's what it was. And Carlson was pretty butthurt. But a lot of these guys came from Carlson. And Mario Sperry at the time was considered like the top dog. He was great at jiu-jitsu. Fucking no-gi, stud in the gi, great fighter. He was like, he had legendary status. He was like, for a time being, he was like,
the guy.
they called him Z Mario Sperry. And like, they have this classic fight videos that were on VHS called like Zen of Mario Sperry or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's these training videos of these legends like Bustamante, Mario Sperry. I think Vitor was in there. There were several of those like OG guys when they were young, and they're training MMA in a house. They have an empty house that they're using as their dojo.
Oh, shit.
And they're literally like fighting in a bedroom, fighting in the kitchen, fighting in the living room. They're just fucking training. They're like savages, dude. And it's in Brazil, and it's hot, and it's muggy. And when he's done, he goes out to like this horse stall where you would like bathe horses. And he leans up on the wall, and the dude just hoses him down, just like sprays him down. He's just like leaning there, just like a fucking, like an animal, dude.
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
dude. But like a little bit tricky too. Like you could probably sell a lot of those tapes in West LA,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy, dude. I'm trying to get the Instagram stream back up. I apologize if that's not working. Trying to get it going. Oh,
I have a game for us prepared in a
Okay.
little bit.
Let me pull this stream up, and then
Yeah, for sure.
we'll do the. Oh, I got to remove it. That's what it is. Now I got to re-add it.
Mm.
Boom.
Afghanistan, huh?
Yeah, man.
Thought you'd say Chernobyl or something.
That would be cool too. But
Yeah,
I
okay.
think like Chernobyl and like Ukraine, Russia right now is a little bit more escalatory than
Sure.
I don't.
Afghan.
I don't know what it is, man. Like I wouldn't mind going to like Machu Picchu.
For sure. I mean, those
Or-
places would be on my list too. But I said the wildest. So
Yeah.
like the wildest I could think of would be like right now within my realm of reason would be Uzbekistan because I think the history is really cool. What little I know about it, because who knows what the hell happened in Uzbekistan?
Yeah,
And then, like Afghan has been.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, okay. You don't have to.
I'm not gonna let you go, dude. I'm gonna hold your passport.
I gotta get it renewed. Anyway.
I'm gonna talk to some people I know in the jiu-jitsu.
Somebody told me that Nashville has the largest amount of Uzbeki immigrants out, or like Uzbeki community outside of Uzbekistan.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'll look into that. See if
Yeah.
if their
There's
food's
an
good.
Uzbeki restaurant
dude.
here.
Let's go.
The
Yeah.
this is
It's
not
called Osh.
well known, but the Uzbekistan's run country music. No, I'm just kidding.
Country music in Nashville is an Uzbekistani conspiracy.
The wildest I'm gonna do is Florida. I draw the line to Florida right now. Dude,
You stay in the
the
continental.
world's too fucking crazy right now,
I
dude.
think Florida's wilder than Uzbekistan.
No. I don't want to be overseas and some shit pops off.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Dude, I'm on Team America, dog. I want to be back here. I don't give a
Hey,
fuck.
Guess
What anybody
maybe
says.
the wildest place is like somewhere in the Balkans. I'd probably go.
Eastern Bloc?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that
Yeah.
too.
I think
Eastern Bloc.
that's about as crazy as I would want to get. Not Afghanistan.
What about Mongolia? I would like to go.
Love to go to Mongolia.
Mongolia would be sick.
I would like to go to Mongolia where maybe it's one of the Uzbekistans though, one of the stands where those dudes have the fucking eagles that they train.
That's Mongolia.
It's Mongolia and Uzbek, actually.
They
Okay,
train
it's the
my
steppes.
understanding anyway.
It's the steps.
and they all drive Datsuns. They have these beat up,
Yeah.
fucked up Datsuns,
Yeah.
and they put their fucking eagle, and they wear these big old hats and these
Yeah.
coats, and they like fucking will like have the eagle will see like a fucking vermin somewhere like way the hell out there, man. It's like
There was a period in my life where I was interested in falconry.
eagle's not a falcon, but
No, it's
whatever.
not. But the thing is called falconry.
Oh, the whole thing is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like-
Okay.
It's not dependent on the bird you use.
Falconry sounds like some weird like cuckolding thing. I'm into falconry. They're like, what? I'm a falcon.
You haven't upgraded to eaglery?
Eaglery. Oh no, that's only for rich folks when they've gone mad.
Yeah, RFK likes falconry.
Yeah, apparently. Listen though, falconry.
What controversial take do you have on falconry, motherfucker?
I'm gonna tell you,
Okay.
falconry is a relative of guy at Starbucks with a parakeet on his shoulder.
I think I see where you're going with that.
So when you're hanging out with birds and they're like perched on you and you're like doing, it's like a weird look now. It's a very old worldy thing.
It is a very world. Yeah. I see
Guys
what you're
that don't have trouble making friends, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm like one of, every 1 million batches of people. There's one bird guy, and I'm the guy that has the
I'm the bird
bird, and I
guy,
take him
yeah.
everywhere. And he's creepy and weird.
Would you rather hang out with the bird guy or the reptile guy?
Yeah, you had to drive cross country.
Yeah, dude with a bow on his neck, or
Or worse, like not that they're worse, because I think they're interesting animals. Just I'm not interested in owning them.
yeah,
For me, it's always been the guys with iguanas.
iguanas. The
There
iguana
was
guy.
always, whether I was in Michigan with my grandparents or in DC, not DC, but near DC, coming up, there was always a dude at the local, not the school playground, thank God, but there's always a dude at the local playground or the local park that had a playground with a fucking iguana
An
for no
iguana.
reason, just
Yeah.
on a leash or on a shoulder or something.
I kind of think having pets is a little bit of like a weird, humble brag, grandstanding.
It'd be kind of like it's not your pet anymore; it's a hobby.
I
You
have
know what
a
I mean?
dog. I'm such a good person. I adopted him.
Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, I mean,
And it's like anybody that's like chilling with an animal all the time, like. I mean,
Yeah.
some people have animals.
I mean, dogs are different, no?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
People who get
I've owned
super in-
dogs.
people get super into it, like he was just talking about, though.
But-
that's a little much.
I didn't take my dog everywhere I went or
Yeah.
anything. Like, my dog's a dog.
I'll see
He's
you when
not getting on the fucking couch.
Not taking them to work.
I'll see you when I get home.
Maybe if I have a job, like
Uh-huh.
let's say I came to the gym every day, maybe
Yeah.
I'd just bring a dog here. But dog ain't going on the mats.
No, fuck
Dog
no.
ain't fucking getting in everyone's business. The dog is on team dog and I'm on team people.
Yeah,
So the dog is a fucking dog. I'm not going to abuse the dog. I'm going to
Sure.
take care of the dog and be great to the dog. But
There are people who would say that mindset itself.
there are
is abuse.
people whose dog has higher status than you.
oh
They-
yeah.
They would fucking feed their dog before they would feed
Before
you.
they would feed you,
and
yeah.
better food.
Well, I'm not with that jam.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude,
We're all-
pets are cool,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
For all I know, my cat is an organ trafficker. I have no
Your
idea.
cat would fuck you up if it was like 40 pounds bigger.
Every
cat
if
would.
40.
Yeah, cats are.
If he just sleeps a little bit too long, she'll probably just start gnawing on his toe or
And
something.
has done.
I'm gonna like
She
sneak
bites
in
my
and-
eyelids.
I'm gonna put tuna across your feet.
You know, a funny story. We had my cat for 6 months, kitten, tiny. Where I used to live, it was bad. It was rough. I slept with a pistol on my nightstand.
Yeah,
I woke up one morning and she had spun it, so it was
facing you.
just looking at the muzzle. I have since corrected that behavior, both in her, and I don't put it there anymore.
Sure.
But I woke up and I was like, that bitch tried to kill me.
The bitch tried to fucking kill me. Good thing she didn't have thumbs.
That was my only saving grace. I think I actually said that. Thank God she didn't have thumbs. She couldn't work the mechanism.
Thumb is the head is the thumb of the body.
You've mentioned that. I totally agree with it.
I agree.
I think it's true.
Hmm?
Okay. Anyway,
Anyway,
here's the difference between snake guy and bird guy. They're both sexual deviants. Okay, 100%.
yeah, dude.
They're both trying to get laid.
Yeah.
Dog guy is trying to get laid too.
Hard time about it.
Dog guy that takes his dog to the park
Yeah.
and is always doing dog shit. He's trying to get laid too.
Yeah, but that works and it's normal.
Okay, what is normal, Andrew?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Bird guy, snake guy, same thing. The difference between snake guy and bird guy is that bird guy is ashamed of his deviance. Snake
Where he's
guy
embraced it.
is like, yeah, I want to fuck.
Reptile guy leans
I'm a
in.
snake guy.
Snake looks like a dick.
Hey, what's up?
I want the iguana to watch.
You ever get strangled by a snake with somebody deep on you, huh? Bird guy's
That actually sounds rad.
bird guy's like, you know,
Yeah.
he's crying and jerking off to you porn or something. It's different.
Bird guy writes poems.
He puts the blanket over his
now.
bird cage. You can't watch this, Willie.
Time to go
I
to
don't want you
bed.
to see daddy's shame.
The bird's like, what if the bird was saying things he heard in the porn?
Pervert.
My husband won't be home.
I'm stuck in the dryer.
Of course, bird guy's watching cups.
I don't know who can get off on stuck in the dryer porn.
It's so
though.
stupid.
It's like that is such a weird rapey kind of thing
Yeah.
too. Like I'm gonna stumble on a lady, she's stuck. It's
Yeah.
like okay.
Weirdo.
This is
You're like
borderline.
you're like booby trapping your appliances.
lining the inside of the dryer
You
with
mind
barbed
coming over
wire.
and doing laundry for me? Hey Shirley, you mind coming over here and loading my dishwasher up? Just lean in. Are you a size 6? You're a great big fat person. That's basically
yeah, you're a big great fat person.
that's what Wild Bill did,
Yeah,
right?
he did.
So run
Basically.
this load twice. Still wet.
Yeah, get it back in. Get back in the washer.
Did you guys hear the thing about during the pandemic where the Hub released like the most searched for things in like each state and also overall?
Yeah.
Were you as disgusted and freaked out as I was?
I don't even remember what
It
it
was it was when the step sibling and sibling stuff
Was
got really
popular.
big. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that is disgusting.
Yeah, that's it doesn't surprise me.
Really?
No.
The sibling stuff doesn't surprise. Step sibling doesn't, but
No.
sibling does.
I think
It's alarming.
what those
Alarming.
algorithms do is push the extreme.
You think?
Yeah, because I think people that are always going and like looking at it are chasing like some kind of fucking thing.
So what's weird to me is
And they're constantly like, this is a little more out there. Like, look at this, kid. They're just peddling you more drug, more
Yeah.
dopamine.
what's weird to me that's like, to me that would be morally extreme versus like physically extreme.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
the
mean?
taboo factor.
Yeah.
Mm.
Still disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, dude, one of my biggest problems is I have a really hard time suspending reality when I watch anything. Even when I watch movies and it's
Yeah.
like sad, I go like, there's a director sitting 10 feet away from this guy. There's a microphone boom above him that I
Yeah.
can't see.
Mm-hmm.
There's people on the side over here. This fucking guy is probably an asshole in real life. He's acting right now.
Yeah. As soon as they say cut, he's gonna start laughing.
Yeah, it's just like, dude,
I
I
appreciate
don't
you pointing at me then too, by the way.
it fucks me up. I can't do it. So
Yeah.
if it's like some weird pornography thing, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
This is like the worst kind of actor. They couldn't actually get to Hollywood.
Yeah.
You guys don't even really love each other.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
So yeah, I know. It has to feel more realistic. I
The
like
fu-
the older stuff better.
The funniest thing about
I used to watch it for the story.
yeah, well, I was just about to say the funniest thing. It's the same thing: suspension of disbelief and not being able to do it. funniest thing about porn to me when they have people that speak in it. Like there's dialogue. I'm like, dude, somebody wrote this. This
Yeah,
is
I know.
ridiculous.
I know. Somebody actually wrote it too.
Yeah.
It
Sat
wasn't
down at
like
a desk.
AI.
In the script.
But I mean, what if you're a writer and you can't get hired? And
So you
you're
go right for
fucking-
porn?
You're trying to make money. You can't do it. And somebody's like, hey, I know it's kind of fucking gross, but like these porn gigs pay like $500 a week. You punch out a script. It's like, you just got to
Quick and easy.
sauce it up and you do it. And you're like, you do it under a pseudonym. Nobody knows it's you. And then it's like, okay. You know, I could see that happening for sure.
I mean, you're right. You're not in it. Like, I don't know.
A
You're
lot of
kinda
those-
feeding the beast, but
yeah, but a
not
lot of
so
those
much.
actresses that are in porn, they wanted to be real actresses.
Right.
Porn is a production. It's
Yeah.
it's a set. There's cameras. There's a director. So these people, I think, buy into this. Like, I'm a performer.
Yeah.
I'm just doing like a different kind of
Different kind.
performance that like nobody's watching for the reason people watch other performances.
Two things. What if you were the dude that wrote and you were the first guy to come up with and write the dryer?
The
Like stuck in a
scene?
dryer.
I mean, that's the same guy that wrote the Human Centipede.
You think?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of levels of deviancy. Other thing is, have you guys ever done that thing where you figure out your porn name?
No.
You take your middle name and the street you grew up on. Mine actually turned out sick.
Oh, I
Well-
thought it was like your first pet's name, and then the street you.
Either one.
Okay.
Because
The
I don't
street-
have a middle name.
What street? Well,
I don't
what's
have a middle name.
some people don't. Yeah.
That's
What
dumb.
counts as the street you grew up on? I moved like 3 times.
Pick one.
Whichever one is like
Pick if
the
you. I
most,
mean, if you move.
I'll let
the
you
one
guys
you
pick.
identify with.
I'll let you guys pick. Okay. My first pet's name was Owen. It was a rat.
You're fucking weird, dude.
And he's talking shit
About
on the
reptile
bird
guy,
guy.
I'm a rat
Fucking
guy.
rat guy.
You guys want to talking to a girl? You want to see my rat?
You know how smart rats are?
wicked smart,
They're
but that's
super
you're
smart.
fucking
You know
weird,
how
dude.
smart a fucking crow is?
Listen, my parents went. This is why I'm an asshole. My parents won't let me have a dog. I'm like, I want a dog. You're allergic to dogs. You have a
Oh,
dog.
they pulled one of those.
My mom also told me I was allergic to milk and didn't let me eat dairy products either. You know what I used to eat in my cereal? Mocha Mix. You know the Mocha Mix creamer?
Oh.
I would pour that. I would drink it by the glass. I would pour it as a whole bowl of cereal and eat it. Like,
I don't have just a quick aside. No judgment on you because I ran out of milk one time growing up and I used sweet tea. Mistake.
oh yeah, that's gross.
Horrible. It was awful. I didn't finish it.
I did
Just-
soda before when I was a kid, just fucking around. But yeah.
You got to rub two sticks together, dude.
Anyway,
You make it
they're
work.
like, I had a rat. So Owen,
You rat.
and then I lived on Mission Road, to be Owen Mission,
Owen Mission. Okay.
and then we lived on Monroe Street, Owen Monroe,
That sounds like an actor.
and then we lived on Tilly Lewis. So
Owen
Owen
Tilly
Tilly Lewis.
Oh, it's Owen Tilly Lewis. Right there, dude. What are you talking about?
OTL.
I mean, Owen Tilly works too.
What would be
Owen Mission's not bad.
Owen Mission's not bad. My mission's to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Owen Train would be better.
Owen
like
Train. Yeah.
Owen Steele. What would my porn specialty be?
As Owen Tilly.
Yeah.
Lewis?
As Owen Tilly Lewis.
Owen Tilly Lewis sounds to me like a gangbang guy. And he is not participating in the way that you want him to.
he's like a non-agreeable gangbang guy.
I meant getting gangbang. I see that for you.
Tim's just out there.
You mean Owen Tilly Lewis.
I mean, that's right. I'm sorry.
He's not
Okay.
Tim when he's at work.
Yeah.
Owen Tilly Lewis is all up in it. Tim Freeman is like, that's like Hulk Hogan said.
Yeah.
Like when he was on the stand, he's like, Terry Bollea doesn't have a 10-inch penis, but Hulk Hogan does.
For
Hulk
faux
Hogan.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, was I in character or was I not?
Yeah.
It was so funny. And in a weird way, I'm like, we're in the Matrix. Like, this is my childhood
Have to
hero
Yeah.
talking about his hog.
You have to be.
Yeah. Okay.
What's yours, Omar?
Yeah. What's yours?
It's Rocky Wellwood.
Rocky
What?
Wellwood?
Yeah, Rocky was my first
You just
dog.
had that in your pocket the whole time?
Yeah,
We're talking about Owen Tilly?
because I had found out a long time ago.
Rocky's your name?
But Rocky was my first dog's,
He doesn't have a middle name.
Rocky
and and then
Wellwood.
the street I
That
grew up when it was
is
Wellwood.
really good.
I know.
That does not suck.
No, it doesn't. It's pretty good.
The problem is that you are one of the well-known bestiality actors, and you're not given. No, I don't know.
Horses
What would the
all
genre? I
day.
feel like Rocky Wellwood would be a stud.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
Yeah.
With that name, he'd have to be.
he'd be hung, dude.
He'd have his
That'd
own
be like-
production company
Yeah.
at
You'd
some
have a-
point.
you'd have a-
Rocky
Yeah.
Rocky Wellwood Productions.
Go ahead.
You'd have a following.
Yeah.
Like people would search that name.
Right.
You
right.
you would get canceled later in your career for some of the violent things you
some
did.
absolutely horrible
Like
remarks
some real bad stuff's
you
gonna
made
come
to some
out.
actresses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just said, but did.
Yeah, there's some off-camera stuff that
You-
was not agreed upon.
You did some stuff that was in direct violation to the Rocky
They
Wellwood.
signed the waiver.
Wellwood's the kind of guy with waivers. R. Wellwood Esquire.
R. Wellwood Esquire.
Past the bar.
R. Wellwood Productions.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go, Andrew.
Mine isn't. It's not nearly as good as fucking Rocky Wellwood. Damn. Philip Woodlanding.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Philip. This is okay. So
Your first pet's name was Philip, or
No,
is
my
that your
middle
middle name?
What
But
kind of-
actually, it'd be funnier if it was my first pet's name that I had growing up was Groucho.
Groucho.
So Groucho
Wellwood.
Woodlanding.
Boy, that could go a different way. I'll run it both ways, and then
Okay.
Omar, you can tell me what you think. You chime in with yours.
And you need to be honest because that's not a bad one. And you need to forget the comment I made about the gangbang
Okay,
earlier.
You want to?
Because I know you're going to be fucking petty.
So, Philip
This is a man who wrist locks.
Woodlander,
Woodlanding.
Woodlanding.
One
See,
word.
the ER is a much better play. The ING kind of implies that Wood's landing on you.
I also thought that.
Yeah. And it's what you're known for because you're Philip. So you're actually out of the UK, really famous European heathen, though, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason you're famous is you actually have a technique called the wood landing. And
It's a
You-
spinal move.
I'm with
you have completely waxed from head to toe, except you have a landing strip that starts right at the top of your butt crack and
Oh.
goes down to the anus.
It's like
So-
a mohawk,
And
but
that's
for
the
your
wood
taint.
landing. Yeah, it's for dude to land his hog right before he gets started. He lands it, and then he goes like, "I got a wood landing," and then he
Mm-hmm.
puts it away in the cave.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
That was
things
crap. I'm so sorry. I
No,
said
no.
that. Do not let your kids listen to this.
Yeah.
right after we've all talked about.
I'm probably going to get disinvited everywhere now.
So what's troubling is that I do shave off all, if not most of my.
I don't want to hear that, but
So I'm getting
Nobody
very
wants
close
to
to this.
hear
I
that.
also
Okay,
thought
Powder.
it would be an English accent kind of guy.
yeah.
I did think the same thing that you thought about Ing instead of the Woodlander.
hmm
So I was tracking all that, and then the other part, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Now, Groucho Wood Landing is
He's into some funny.
he's
funny
actually a
porn.
pioneering silent film porn star. And it was quite the opposite for him. Back then, everyone was bushed out,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a smooth patch for the wood landing.
So just
He
no ass hair.
Just shaved that particular part.
Everything
Oh.
else.
Everything
okay.
else was
See,
full
what I was
on.
So it's
getting-
like reverse image.
Full Armenian, dude. It was
Ah.
like a full sweater when you took your shirt off.
I was getting something else. I was getting like he put the Groucho Marx glasses and stuff on his penis.
Did somebody order a hot dog? Okay, I like
But
that.
Philip Woodlanding was doing fake taxi stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Fake cabbie stuff. 'cause I'm
Fake
in the
cabbie
UK.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
That's good. That was fun.
That was pretty fun.
Let's do Ask a Black Belt now.
Ask a black belch. This is Ask a Black Belch. I'm unhappy with that.
That was good. You gotta lean into it, man.
Yeah.
So, Tim, now being a double black belch, since we played this game,
Yeah.
you should have twice the amount of wisdom.
Okay, yeah, I feel like it.
How much could I learn by watching, I mean, a shitload of UFC fights?
Well,
Like, I don't necessarily have the time, the patience, the aptitude, the physicality, the gumption, or the discipline to actually come and fucking try a class and train.
yeah.
But I mean, if I watched a lot of UFC, and I don't think you understand a lot.
A shitload?
A shitload. Not just the ones
Well-
they put out, but YouTube as well.
Well, I'll say this: a shitload is more than a buttload,
I agree.
and it's more than a crap load.
I agree.
It's a shitload. Like there's a metric shit ton that's more than a metric ton. It's just like a metric ton and a half. It's like a little bit more spilling out.
Well, it's so much more you can get in trouble for saying that one and not the other two.
Right. He's watching jiu-jitsu so much
Mm-hmm.
that it's become a problem in his life.
He's lost his family. His
I would
job.
say you could learn this. You could learn that you need to be on top if you get in a fight, to be on top. And you know, that's about it.
You think you could learn a little bit of distance management? Like,
Maybe, but like you gotta kind of have to do it
yeah.
to actually have the pacing. Like I think you could only learn concepts. I don't think you could learn like how throw
Anything that you could apply.
technical like body mechanics unless you're a master. You could just do what you see. But yeah, you could learn that, and then you could learn a lot about the sport. You'd probably be like very informed in terms of who's doing what, unless you were just watching instructionals all day long. Like you wouldn't. That's the new thing. That's
To just
even
watch stuff.
even better than ecological. You don't even do it. Ecological's lost their way. They're trying
Yeah.
to make people do stuff.
Yeah.
You just fucking watch it.
Just watch it.
And then-
I absorb, bro.
And I have the next thing before that. Is you just imagine it. It's
Yeah.
just all fantasy street fights.
Well, actually, yeah,
The watching-
that's full circle. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, if he would do this to me, I'd
I would
fuck
do
him
this
up,
to
and
him.
This is how.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
watching jiu-jitsu stuff or UFC fights is almost like wanting to read Lord of the Rings, but you just watch the movies
Yeah.
and you got it, right? Like I got
Well,
it.
You're comparing Lord of the Rings to something great like fighting. So that's where you messed up.
Oh man, I don't want to play anymore.
I'm J.R. Tolkien. I wrote a gazillion words. I made a language that nobody can speak.
I wrote
It's not true.
3 chapters about a tree.
Yeah.
That's,
Wow,
that's
dude.
like Nathaniel Hawthorne. J.R.
I've
Tolkien.
never had an editor that I liked. I edit my own jive.
At what point can I use my jujitsu or?
J.R. Tolkien is a jive turkey, dude. He has pulled the wool over your guys' eyes for so fucking long.
I can't believe you're talking to me the way you're talking to me right now.
C.S. Lewis would fucking clap his cheeks, dude.
Well, first of all, they were
He would ditty
really
him.
good friends, so who knows?
He would clap Tolkien's cheeks, dude. Okay.
Moving on.
At what point can I use my jujitsu on family members to get out of chores or favors?
What are you gonna do? Do the dishes? I'm gonna choke you.
Yeah.
Probably you can do it once, then you'll be. It depends. If you try to do it on your big brother, he's probably gonna fuck you up. If
Yeah.
you try to do it on your dad, he's gonna son you.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to do it on your wife, you're gonna get arrested for domestic
Yeah.
abuse.
It's like, what are you gonna fuck with your kid brother? Like, I don't know. I think real jujitsu is just doing the dishes. Just do the fucking dishes. Is that not the answer you wanted to hear? I mean, the other technique. I mean, if you're gonna do techniques, I would say I would feign injury, which is one of the most secretive,
critical techniques.
high-level jujitsu techniques. That's
I can't come in.
not
I've
used
got a bad
often,
ankle.
but you can use it. The thing that's great about that technique is it's versatile. You could use it at a band, like when you're home. I can't come in, guys. I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Or you could use it live right in the match. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, what happened? Oh, my shoulders fucking feels weird, dude. Something clicked. Oh, you okay? I don't know, man. I'm going to sit this out. And then like 3 minutes later, you're rolling with somebody else.
Yeah.
Bullet dodged.
Why do I need to wait for you to give me a belch if I could just buy one on Amazon for like $15?
Yeah, you can. Do it. I encourage you to get whatever belt color
Hey,
you
no,
like.
hang on. Yeah,
Wear that to class.
I feel like you're talking to me. This is hypothetical.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're listening, John Q, Jiu-Jitsu Public, like, if you want another belt, get it and wear it and fucking back it up.
Yeah.
Like, come on in and say, look, I am by faith,
God
by
has
faith
promoted
in
me.
Elio Gracie, I am claiming it. I am a fucking purple belt, even though I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 6 weeks. And I'm ready to fake it till I make it and then see what happens.
Is it possible for me to get a stripe or even another belt if I send funny enough memes to the jiu-jitsu group chat.
That's not even good. No.
No?
There's no shortcuts.
All right.
That was quick.
Apparently. No circumstances would that happen?
No. Unless I tell you to send funny memes, and if you send a really funny meme, I'll promote you. Then when you do it, I'm gonna chastise you for trying to shortcut it.
Oh, the trap.
I know a
That's
guy
even
that did
better.
that. This is what he did.
It's like prison rules.
They were in Brazil, and there was this dude who was a white belt that went on the trip, and he told dude, "Oh man," blah, blah, blah. And the instructor guy goes, "Hey, if you fucking drink that bottle of hot sauce, I'll give you your blue belt. Like for real, you do that, I'll give you your
Oh,
blue
you've
belt."
told me this.
And so the dude did it.
For a blue belt?
He did it. He's like, I want my blue belt. So he fucking drank it, and then the instructor's like, "Bro, I'm disappointed in you. There's like no shortcuts in jiu-jitsu, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to wait.
You have
gotta
failed the
wait.
test.
Fucked up, dude.
Grasshopper.
Do you think that would have gone both ways where he's like, "No, sensei, there's no shortcuts." It's like,
No.
well, now you're going to wait 6 months, you didn't tell
He'd have
it.
been like, "You're right. There are no shortcuts."
You don't think he would have been like, "Well, you didn't do it what your coach
Maybe
told you to
it
do."
depends.
I feel like it's a
Yeah.
no matter what.
It's like a black belt luxury where you can be like, "Yeah, I let you tap me. No, I didn't. Yeah, I will. No, I won't."
Yeah.
It's all
Fuck.
lies.
That's
Laugh.
fucked up.
Last one. If I do a really cool submission in class today, can I skip warm-ups tomorrow?
If you're a purple belt, purple belts
feel
can
like-
skip warm
I
ups.
feel like that's gratis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Purple belts basically are like 19-year-olds in the house when they're like, I can kind of come and go as I please because I'm
Oh, I see.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to do some shit. I drive the car.
Probably
I
have a job.
work.
Yeah.
But it's still like, yeah, but this is my house, so you can't fuck girls here, or you
Yeah.
don't smoke your weed, or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
Still a couple rules.
But it's like the parents are like, okay, I'm not going to trip on everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if you miss warm ups, you miss warm ups.
All right.
That's the stereotype, at
Yeah.
least.
That's the meme. That was Ask a Black Belt.
That was good. I like that. I like how I chastised you for trying to take a jiu-jitsu shortcut as if you did it. I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
this is me. So just to describe, we haven't played that game in a while. I had the idea because we do Reddit bangs. Tim was the one that introduced me to the detritus that is normally associated with the martial arts pages on Reddit, and so I kind of
Oh, so good.
I will go through all that, and if we do a bang here and there on Reddit, then that's great. But I will usually be digging into those to find content for that. And while these are my extreme hyperbolizations of the kind of crap that I see on there. It's just me basically making fun of the worst of that shit. It's not even worth your time bringing up. So
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah, dude. I love that. I actually love and hate Reddit. And I
too.
feel like Reddit has gone from I feel like everyone thinks Reddit is a face that participates on Reddit, like if you get the wrestling terminology, but Reddit's really a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's a fucking heel. But for me, it's turning into a heel face where I'm actually starting to like it. And I'm like, oh, if I just play like an asshole all the time, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's almost encouraged because you get more upvotes for
Dude.
being a bitch on there.
Bro, you actually try to go to Reddit and do something positive. Like, hey, look at this shit we did. And they just fucking roast you, dude.
Yeah.
You should have did it like this. Well, why would I do that?
Yeah. There's a lot of actuallys.
The video you posted was
13 minutes long. Like they complained about it.
Dude, I saw a dude get nuked in a jiu-jitsu forum for asking, hey, I just got a pretty big tattoo. I love training. I'm more than happy to take time off.
Yeah.
Anybody else that does this that gets tattooed, let me know how long I should take off.
Fucking.
Oh, dude, he got. Well, first of all, if you actually cared about jiu-jitsu, you wouldn't be getting tattooed because it's time off the mat. It's like, go fuck yourself.
Here's what people have to understand about message boards used to be different because not everybody was on the internet. And so the people that were like going to the old Sherdog forums and the MMA.tv, most of those were enthusiasts who were doing it
Mhm.
or actively following it. And they were like seeking out other people. Like, oh shit, I found these people that do the same thing I do. That's how I met Brandon. It was shit like that. Now it's just filled with filthy fucking casuals.
Yeah.
Like 80% of the people that are active on the message board don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't train regularly. They have crazy opinions of their own skills. They're totally out of touch. They're dickwads. They lie all the time. They have like a totally fake persona. They you'll see them like post this here, then this over there, and they're not trying to troll. They're trying to present themselves as like some G dude, you know.
I have to imagine there's some bots on there too.
It's gotten so much worse. I think a lot of times the people that participate in that are like the people that call into radio stations. The people that call into radio stations are not the average listener. The average listener is listening in the car, they turn it off, they go inside, what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
I'm never calling.
They're never getting fired up. Maybe for a contest. You win free tickets to WrestleMania. You're like, I want to go.
so much.
But this, like, you know, you're fired up. You want to talk. Yeah, I want to give a first-time caller. It's like, dude, that is the extreme 2%.
Hell yeah.
Those are the same.
Yeah,
Obama.
This
Yes.
guy had to like pull time aside from his day, sit there,
Yes.
like waiting to get fucking picked by the radio
Yeah.
station. You know, like
Yes.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Reddit's not that much different, except there's no wait.
Right.
I fucking get in. I
and
give my
everybody
take.
seems on Reddit. It seems like everybody just wants to be like the most knowledgeable dude
Yeah.
on anything.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
oh, I'm the guy. I'm the guru that has like all
Yeah.
the secret knowledge, the real information
Well,
that none of
actually-
you. Yeah, that's where you get the
Actually,
actualies from, right? Like
I love it when two like gurus do battle.
Yeah.
And the thread goes like on the MMA old school message boards, you would see guys argue for 17 pages. And they would have like the reply threads.
Yeah,
It'd
yeah.
just be like fucking forever, dude. But it was so much fun.
That's its own board at that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I would love how a thread would stay alive for like 8 years. And if you look at the original and then where it went, it's like this is way off somewhere
These
else.
dudes have had children leave for college in that time.
The best message board for me of all time was the MMA.tv forums. That was the original underground forum that had like Dana White, Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, a lot of fighters. It was still cool. Even when those guys weren't on there anymore, it was still super cool. And there were some guys that were pros that had like troll accounts on there. And then on the MMA forums, MMA.tv site, they had a bunch of forums, right? But the underground was like the jamming one for fighting. And then the other ground was the one for like all the fucking maniacs. It was the fucking Wild West and it became my favorite place. It was like, this is such a train wreck. It's so much fun to like read this shit. And there were some really funny, cool people in there. And there were people in there that scammed people that like they got to know everybody and people kind of were like cool with them. They're like, oh, I have kidney disease and like I got a bunch of money and like took a
Damn.
vacation, did wild shit. Like there was a lot of weird shit, but it was always fun.
yeah,
Reddit's I'm looking for that community again, but I don't think I think it's gone.
I've found that with r/conspiracy. I read it 20 minutes before bed every day.
Yeah.
And it's fucking
It's just
wild.
fucking Reddit, dude.
dude. Another one where people like really hate on each other is like our mechanic advice or like
Oh, yeah.
anything to
That's the
do with
worst.
cars.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Gun
man.
guys. Gun guys are constantly arguing about gun specs
worst.
and
Yeah,
well, 57 or 10 millimeter. It's like, dude, you guys are fucking arguing over Coke and Pepsi, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Grow
I've
up.
literally seen people like, hey, I'm putting the scope. Does anyone have a mounting attachment to go on a Picatinny rail? It's like,
Fucking
you
no.
running Picatinny, nerd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I got. I just want to answer.
I like have a visceral reaction to being one of those guys. So like I can't get into gear. Like when I started
Steroids?
training in the gi,
Oh.
there's people like, I got this gi, I got this. This is the 2700 model. This is the belt with the 38,000 thread count. This is it's like,
Wow.
dude, just fucking put a gi on and train.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even
Who fucking
even
cares?
when I played, I was never as good a drummer as Andrew, but I played church
Thank you.
drums for many years. Like,
Yeah.
and I love playing the drums, but I was never a gear guy. I was never like, dude, I'm gonna get this cymbal and this thing. I'm just like, whatever drums are, I'm gonna fucking play them.
Yeah.
You know, like I just wanted to play.
Yeah.
I wasn't so much into the specs. Cars the same way. I want to drive. I don't
Yeah.
fucking care what the sound system is like. As long as it plays music, I don't give a fuck. But I know some people are into it. They're like
Yeah.
really into it.
Yeah.
And it's really important and they flex with it.
Yeah. It's a
I hate
My
flex.
specs are better than your specs.
Right.
I hate that. Even free, appreciate the compliment, but even as I progress through drumming,
Yeah.
you know,
You probably see it.
oh yeah, so you see that with any instrument,
Yeah.
in the same way that you see that with any other kind of hobby that people get into, and they make it their own, and they're like, I need to be perceived as the person.
What kind of clarinet you running over
Yeah,
there?
right.
Is that a Casio?
Yeah.
I
get
think
that
there probably
shit
is some
out
of that
here.
stuff because I've seen the fucking $10,000 clarinet.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's really expensive
So
shit.
I got to that point where I would start asking because at that point I needed better stuff to facilitate what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
So I needed to get some Gucci stuff at that point. And I would ask people, and there would be a whole lot of like, "Oh, if you buy this, then you're never going to be a good drummer." So why does the cymbal I'm whacking
Matter.
make me a bad or good drummer?
Yeah.
You're out of your mind.
You use Zildjians? I only use Page.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It-
Like,
you would hear that shit. Now I get that if you have a sponsorship and you're like, no,
Okay.
I only play Zildjians
I'm
because
banging with Zildjians.
Yeah, they're
then.
paying. They're paying
Yeah.
the bills. They're allowing me to
Yeah.
live my dream.
Right.
Fuck yeah, dude. Play whatever you want.
Drinking saltelectrolytes.com.
Yeah.
I never got to a point of sponsorship, but
Yeah.
I did get to a point where I have found cymbals that I love the sound of,
That's
and
different.
I'm going to only play these.
Yeah, because you like them.
I do, and I was also hoping for a sponsorship at some
Yeah.
point.
I think that goes along with the music producer Rick Rubin was I heard him say it originally, then I heard somebody bring it up recently. He was talking about art, and he's like, the crazy thing about Rick Rubin was like he wasn't a musician per se, he was a producer. And he started producing gangster rap like when he was in college. And
After punk rock, ironically.
yeah, after punk rock.
Wow.
And he was the first guy to put the record scratching in the song.
Oh.
I did not know that.
So what he realized is that when you went to a live rap show and there was a DJ doing the turntables and the guys rapping, had a different like vibe and energy to it. And then those guys would go into the studio and make a rap album, but they would have musicians play the songs. They didn't
Yeah.
have the record scratch or none of that shit. And when you heard it on the album, it didn't kick the same way than when you heard it live.
Mm.
And he's like, we got to get what they're doing live and record
record.
that.
Yeah.
And he was the guy who started recording all that shit, and it popped off. But anyway, he's worked with all kinds of artists, and some people don't like people like that. They think they're like charlatan-esque. I don't think that about him. I think that he's got a certain gift for like judging things, maybe not necessarily creating them from scratch, but like going like this needs this, or you should try that. He's very good at it. And the thing he talks about with artists is like, don't create anything you don't fucking like or love.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like the way, like make things that you like, that you fucking are happy with, that make you feel good, not what you think the audience wants to hear because this is what got me here, or this is what he's like. It always comes through better when it's from you, and it's something, because art is art. It's like
Yeah.
super subjective anyway. It's not supposed to be.
I mean,
a
where's that
product.
line, right? Like between like what you like, if what you want to do and what you like doesn't sell,
Yeah.
and you have to like,
It's
you
right.
gotta eat.
The
you know?
line is right where art meets commerce.
Mm.
And people are like, because you can't be an artist if you can't sell your shit.
Right?
I mean, you can be an artist, but you're going to be a hungry artist.
I'll be starving.
You're going to be starving. If you want to be a commercial artist, then you have to like cater to that somehow or find it.
Yeah.
But I think his point is you could still make something that you love that other people love too.
Mhm.
I thought it was interesting. I think it's important.
I think so.
You can't change what you're doing too much if you don't really love what you're doing. If you're like, I'm creating something that's not.
I think it's a tough sell to not do, or to try to do something that you love, fall out of love with it, or you don't actually love it to begin with, and be successful with it anyway.
Yeah, it is. But
As far as art,
there's some people who are like, I want to be a musician. I want to be my own. I want to like make albums, and they don't find it. And they're like, well, I play bass for this fucking band that plays music that I don't like, but they're successful and I make a living.
Hmm.
So they're like, I can do that. It's a job. I could be working somewhere else
Mm-hmm.
doing something. At least I'm playing music, and I'm, like, I think there's some of those trade-offs that are made, I guess, I think. Anyway, it's all good stuff.
Yeah.
I think the show's good. I think this was good. Did you guys have a good time?
yeah, it was fun.
It's a great time.
It was a longer one too. We got to chatting.
Yeah, I'm sorry I talked too much. Jesse Taylor, dude. I'm going to challenge you to an eating contest, Jesse
Fucking
Taylor.
played you, bro.
I ain't going to fight Jesse Taylor. I'm not going to grapple him. We're not
I ain't gonna fight
grappling.
him, and I ain't
We're
gonna
not
say I'm going
fighting.
to.
We're not arm wrestling. We're not doing leg kick contests. We're not collar time. We're not doing none of that.
But I'm not
We're-
thrilled with you presently, and I would love a phone call.
We're gonna have strong words, Jesse Taylor. No, I love Jesse Taylor. He's all right by me, man. He's a good dude.
You guys gonna do a slap competition?
Fuck no, dude. That guy's grizzled, dude. He's been hit so many times. Yeah, ain't nothing I could do that's gonna hurt him.
Do you watch that?
What?
The
Slap off?
The slap.
Nah,
Shit.
because it's like, hey, Egghead, long time listener, first time commenter. Not, yeah, I know. I'm not talking about you, Egghead. I love you. I feel like what they did with power slap, it's
Yeah,
like
power
the
slap.
crack of combat sports. They just got right to the point. What do people want? They want to see people hit in the fucking face.
Concussions.
People get fucked up.
Let's give them that. Just fucking hit each other in the
People
face.
want to see
I hate
CTE
it.
happen.
I can't really put my finger on why, but
because
it bothers me.
Yeah, because the guy is 70 pounds overweight and he's acting like an athlete. They show him training for the things, and they do these montages, and they're like putting the gloves on. And, it's just like, dude, he's fucking slapping somebody undefended. He has to stand right in front of you and take it.
Hands behind his back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I can slap as hard as these guys. I'm sure I
there's
can't.
technique. Yeah,
But it's like, dude, what are we doing?
yeah.
This is fucking crazy.
Dana loves it.
At least bring people in that have beef with each other. Like, this is
Do they
fucking
have weight classes?
Sally John. No,
No.
Sally Johnson is mad at
Oh,
Phoebe because Phoebe fucking poisoned her cats. She suspects it killed her, and Phoebe says that Sally did this, and they're just gonna fucking slap it out. Okay,
Yeah.
now there's tension.
Yeah.
Like, these bitches don't like each other.
Yeah.
I don't want to see two fucking guys.
I don't want to see people that have been training for it.
Nah.
I want to see beef
I mean,
like
if
that.
if I was gonna just do it, I would just get massive. I would get huge
Yeah.
and fat and
Yeah.
just have
And
the
the-
biggest, fattest hands.
The guys with the biggest hands have the biggest advantage because they
Right.
fucking eat your whole head up.
More
when they
square
hit
inch,
you. Yeah. But if you could have a live, everything needs to be done Price is Right style. Fucking go to the audience and you have no idea if you're gonna
Yeah,
get
you
picked
just
or
gotta
not.
pick two people.
And there's just like, yeah, come on down. They pick a pair.
Yeah.
And you're paired up. You
Yeah.
know, and then boom, you come down, you fucking get it on.
Do you know how amusement parks occasionally have like there's one on the
Killings?
East Coast called the
Yeah, in
Avatar.
my slap show, somebody
I was gonna
dies
say-
every.
Yeah, I was gonna say that like you go to an Avatar show at Disney World, you're gonna get killed by getting slapped to death at Timmyland.
There you go.
yeah.
It's just like, look, man. And then we boil Timmyland down to basically its power slap version. And that is, look, 100 people show up. You give me a god awful amount of money. We're going to pick one guy to bring him up, cap him. Just going to go home.
And then you
That's
go
it.
home.
Yeah.
You get your parking. You
fucking
get your
done.
meal comped. You get your
Done,
drinks
dude.
comped.
You get some tickets to go eat afterwards. The
Fucking
big
thanks for
buffet.
playing, bro.
We're
Bam,
fucking
dude.
done.
In
Yeah.
and out. We put it on a reel. It's done. Done.
Just a
That's
quick
success.
execution.
Hunger Games. man.
Everybody
People
gets to
watch it.
see it, hang out.
People would watch it. Actually, real quick, I had an idea
Yeah.
a couple days ago that I forgot to tell you about. With all of the different things going on with combat sports and the popularity in a bunch of them coming up, and then some of them are slightly dying.
Yeah.
I guess. What would you think about like a new Coliseum type deal? Not necessarily building one because we have plenty of stadiums.
But like that kind of
but like
format.
so like a
2-on-1
like the Olympics,
animals versus dudes.
anything combat related.
Yeah.
So we have a day or
That'd be
an
cool.
hour or whatever. Every single martial art. Whatever
I'd
you
love
wanna
to see the combat Olympics that has like a
Me too.
hard karate style, judo,
I
wrestling,
think that's what I'm getting at.
jiu-jitsu, fucking sambo, like, and then there's like an open division. It's basically MMA. It's
Yeah.
just like,
MMA.
you know, throw them in the cage.
And then if there's people that want to because they're crazy, you could fight a bear.
I like bringing animals
you
into
might
it.
Die.
Did you guys see this bear that killed like 35 dogs and then broke into the dude's house and killed the dude and his son?
No,
Fuck. I
The
did
dad
not
was
hear
like
about that.
87 and the son was like 56.
still sucks.
Yeah, it was like some crazy bear that was fucking huge in Russia, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
It killed all the dogs. The dogs were in a kennel and they were like kind of stuck, and the bear just came in and like killed them like in minutes,
Dude, fuck.
and then broke into the guy's house.
He was still hungry.
He was looking for honey. Honey boo boo.
Shit. It's gotta be terrible, dude. Getting killed by a bear.
Oh god.
Fuck.
They usually go guts first.
That's why you don't need to go out in the camping. People have been working
Do you not go camping?
It's a disrespect to the people that came before
Holy
us.
shit.
People have suffered and worked for thousands of years so we could take a shit inside, take a shower inside, have air conditioning inside. You know why they built walls around cities? To keep the goddamn animals out.
To keep the bears out.
And we're a bunch of dumb fucking jackasses. I want to live out there and stay with the animals. It's like, fuck you.
Not even for like a weekend?
Fuck off, dude.
Dude,
Get out of here.
What about like connection to nature and shit?
Fucking walk barefooted on the fucking grass. Go to the beach. You don't got to go up into the woods with a
plants on
bunch
your
Go
of
to the beach and landlocked. Tennessee.
goddamn animals fucking in the wild.
Bro, I love camping.
Go camping somewhere safe. You got to go out where there's a bunch of wild animals and shit. You're gonna
I
get
don't know
your
if you've
dick
noticed
bitten
this,
off.
Tim, but there's wild animals everywhere.
I mean, there's a lot of places you can go where there's not bears.
That's a few wild animals at the gas station on the way here. they were buying
Yeah.
packs of smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, dude, like, look,
Oh,
I've been
man.
camping. I'm not
That's
anti-
a wild take.
I like fishing. I like going out and sitting in the little
But you're
Harpeth
not
River.
spending the fucking night out
I mean,
there.
I've done it. I'm not saying that, but I'm not seeking it out.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
going.
not planning
if-
a camping trip.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck off. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pack up all my shit that's already in my house where I want it. I'm going to put it in my car, drive it out to the fucking sticks,
It's already in my house where I want
set it up, and fucking play pretend out there for 3 days and then come back and be like, man, I got in touch with nature. It's like, fuck you. You did not. You took your cell phone. You took all your shit. You went to REI and got some extra shit. You went to Walmart. You ate canned beans and fucking sat in your car half the time. Get the fuck out
I'm
of here.
going to go out there and play pretend.
It's like it is the oldest form of LARPing that we have. It's like,
It's a
dude,
good point. It's an honest point, honestly. It's not-
everybody is trying
yeah,
to
because
live
you're trying to
inside.
pretend like you're a caveman, right? Like
What are you doing? Getting
Fun.
peace of mind? Fucking go in the
Fuck that.
bathroom. You know what I mean?
lock
Go
the
take a
fucking
shower
door.
if
Yeah.
you need quiet time. Like, I just gotta get out into the woods where
That's
nobody's at. It's like, oh, okay, don't come back. Fucking you get lost. I hope you get lost and you don't come back, dude.
Kick rocks.
Kick rocks,
Oh,
dog. I hope you
shit.
fucking walk off the edge of this ladder.
I'm going to exclusively listen to the last 10 minutes of this podcast when I go camping
It's
again.
fucking annoying, dude.
Beautiful.
And they
out
come
there.
back and like people that I read the book. It's like, dude, fuck off. Nobody got
Damn,
time for
Tim.
you, dude.
Fuck, I did not see this coming, man.
We're keeping the grid going, asshole, while you fucking were out there mooching off of it. Because you know they take their phones.
A lot of them.
Well, oh, I watch Netflix and you're not camping.
I don't do
that's
that.
that's
If you go
That's too
camp,
much.
you can't take nothing with you.
I mean, you can
fucking
take a
go
phone
out
with
there.
you, but don't use it.
Take a what?
Take a phone with you just in case.
Oh,
Like,
you camping, dog. You go get touch with nature. Why do you
No.
need your electronic leash?
not
In
to.
case Bigfoot tries to fuck you.
That's right. That's why I'm not out there.
That's a good point.
Fuck that.
I've come around on camping. You've convinced me.
Fuck camping, dude. Camping's
I'm never
for-
going to camp again.
Camping's for fucking lowbrow people, dude.
Starting fires like they know shit.
Get an RV and drive around. Camping that.
I love that you just said don't bring your phone and instead get an RV, which is another house with wheels.
Yeah, but I'm not pretending that I'm Bear Grylls. I'm just fucking being
So-
real about it.
So for you, I'll make the exception. But many people who grab the RV are usually like, "Oh yeah, we're camping too."
Yeah,
we're
they're-
just.
Sure. Don't they call that glamping?
I think so.
I was gonna ask you if
Yeah.
how do you feel about glamping?
Well, that's
He's
different.
probably pro.
I would
Okay.
glamp.
He's like,
Yeah.
I got a TV
I'd go stay
there?
out in a cabin or something like that.
You know what it is.
That's
You're
fine.
an indoor cat, Tim. That's what it is. You're an indoor cat.
Well, maybe.
and you know
I'm a street cat, dog.
Emphasis
you're
on the
not.
cat.
I love going to
very-
the beach. I'll go stay at the beach all goddamn fucking day. No problem.
you ever camped at a beach?
I would camp at a beach.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
okay
it's
with that.
lovely.
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because there's no goddamn fucking bears at the beach.
Sharks in there.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm not camping in the water.
I'm assuming you're, I'm
It's
assuming
not
you're
Waterworld
swimming.
Part 2.
I'm assuming you're swimming.
I don't swim well at all. I don't swim. I fuck around in the water, but I'm not like, look, that's the goddamn ocean.
Tim's a man who's afraid of the outside.
No.
He's not swimming.
Nah,
in a,
no. I'm a man that lives in a world full of risk, and I'm not taking anything extra.
Yeah.
How many times do people fucking drown in the ocean?
I'm sure
Probably-
more people
probably.
drown in pools than drown in the ocean.
Dude,
Either way, probably often.
I'm not fucking with pools that much either. People don't.
Joke's on you. Not a pool guy.
Jiu-jitsu is the most dangerous shit I do. Look at, you're going to go out in the water. You don't need to be way out there fucking swimming. Everyone look at me. I'm deep in the water. Bye. Like, fucking don't know what to tell you. David Hasselhoff ain't going to save you. You're done, dude. Shark gets you or the current takes you out. Deuces, dude.
You don't have to be that deep to get hit by a shark.
You don't have to be that deep to get pulled out either.
That's true. I've
So-
been pulled out 3 times.
I'll die if I get pulled out.
It was-
100%. I can't swim well at all. I'll die. I'll be dead.
Remember the whole gun in my face being scary? Other scariest moments of my
Yeah.
life. Rip currents.
Fuck that.
Sucks.
Not trying to fuck with that.
Didn't go back in for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just realistic, dude. I don't have this like MacGyver perception, like, oh, if the plane crashes, I'm gonna forward roll and be the only guy that survives and get out. It's like I'm gonna fucking die with the rest of these jabronis, dude. We're not special.
And on the way out, you're going to be like, what the fuck was I doing camping?
We're soft. Look at our skin. It's so like anything can go through it.
Yeah.
We're not made for being out there, dude. We're made for fucking clothing and toilets.
Wall-
We're
Balls.
sausages. We're encased meat.
Look, if you had to live, then you got to do it.
Sure.
If the fucking apocalypse comes, then the apocalypse comes. You better fucking adapt, dude. But
I like camping.
but the goal, if we all had to move outside again, what would be the number one goal? How the
Learn.
fuck do we get back inside?
Learn how to hunt people.
How do we build a house? How do
Yeah.
we
Oh,
how
yeah.
do we build a shelter?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we gonna do? Number one thing.
That was
What's
like
your
5
shelter?
things. Yeah, shelter.
Shelter, and fire.
Shelter, water, food.
Shelter, water, food, fire. Real basic shit that none of us really know how to get and do. Okay, get the fuck out of
I don't know
here.
how to build a fire.
You don't?
I do.
Well, you do.
Out of what?
Sticks, dog.
Sticks.
Oh, you gonna do this? You gonna fucking Pocahontas it?
Yeah, there's a way to do it.
Have you ever done it?
Yeah, I have.
It's fucking hard
Shit
as
sucks.
fuck
It's
to
not
do.
easy. No.
It's
sucks.
real hard.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
and
not
you
easy.
did you do it with like the exact correct things that you needed?
No.
You just went out in the wild and randomly grabbed
Like
shit.
I did the one where it was like, and this was like, it wasn't because
Died.
I needed to or anything like
Just
that.
did it?
Was, no, yeah, I was like trying to see if I could do it.
Yeah.
It was the one where you get the like a stick, and instead of like rubbing it like this, you like
yeah.
Oh, a
rub it
bow.
forward. Yeah, the
Yeah.
bow one. And then you put that onto like a little. I just did it because I saw it on
Yeah.
a show, and I was like, I wonder if I could do it.
I mean, yeah, but I'm
But it was not easy. It took
takes fucking
it took
days.
it takes a long
especially-
fucking time.
What if
dude.
you like don't have the right shit? What if you don't have dry material?
Nah, right. I mean,
You're
yeah.
going to be a little chilly.
Yeah, right. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? You're gonna fucking die
On the way out, you're
You know
like,
where it's
"Fuck
not
was I doing
chilly?
Camping.
inside the house,
Inside the
not
house.
chilly in the
The
house.
fucking
Usually
heater
at the
on.
beach, too.
There's
be
no fucking animals in the house.
Right.
So, or are there? There might be. Okay, I've really gone overboard here. Some hate on that one.
Right.
Okay, great show, guys. Catch us on Inside BJJ everywhere. Listen to the Mindworm podcast. It's
Thank
going to
you.
be out soon. YouTube.com/Mindworm
Mindworm Network. Or
Mind-
just type in, go to my Mindworm Instagram. It's
with a
like
U.
Mindworm has a U, WURM. Mindworm, WURM on Instagram, and the YouTube link is in the bio.
Okay, Omar, Andrew, thank you guys, man. We'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you,
Later,
dude.
guys.
See you guys.